Oh, hello. Buenos compañeros, as Ronan says. I'm a little I'm bilingual a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I set my mood music because I know it irritates 3 Dub.
You're
Um
bilingual? First I've heard of it.
yeah, a little bit, a little bit. No Taj today. He had to handle some family things, but Taj was here yesterday, so I had all my time with Taj. I felt special. We were friends for a day.
Just for a day.
Just for a day. That's about it. Um, can I speak Kryptonian? No, I cannot. Flash freak. I cannot speak Kryptonese. I would learn to love it. Yes, Superman trailer is tomorrow. We will talk about that. Oh, we're talking about this, Justin. We're definitely talking about this.
Wait, did you just say I would learn to love it?
I, I don't know.
I
What
would
did I
love
say?
to learn it.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Taladia? Dalton. Maddie's here. Darren's sanctuary is here. I wish I could get out of Darren's sanctuary. He keeps me trapped in the closet. So
He's flipping out, man. Like I as soon as that news broke, I was like, "Ooh!"
what's up, Ragu? Yes, the upfronts are happening. What I love about Disney's upfronts is the fact that they're trying to push this new 911 spinoff after they pissed off the entire fandom.
Oh boy.
I don't see the show, the original show at least, having legs next year. Like I don't see them having good episode by episode ratings after they did what they did. The ratings have been dipping for the last half of the, not even half of the season, because you did that. You did that within the last 5 episodes. Like you let the guy get through half the season, and you say no, we're gonna kill him off. But I mean, I guess. Yes, tomorrow is 2 trailers with Superman and Ironheart, and I will air my grievances on that shortly. Woke Nation, yes, Woke Nation. Yes, a 911 spinoff. 911 Nashville. They're in Nashville. The guy that played Robin, Chris O'Donnell, is the lead in that show. So yeah, that's interesting. He's a fire captain, I guess. Yes, it is, Justin. It is a major mistake. But welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to Party Nation. You know the drill. I want to say this out loud now. Who is this? Oh, Taj is here. Yay, my best friend Taj.
Hello.
Hey dog.
So I have a poll going. You guys know the deal. 5 super chats, whatever is the most voted on thing. You guys get it.
Cooking?
He's doing dishes.
Oh, I thought he was cooking. I was about.
I did
like,
too.
Man,
Man,
he got the chicken over there or something.
what's up, Tony? So basically, it's pick my next bonus stream. We had a lot of fun doing like the first bonus stream of the. Well, I think it was the second one. The first one that we ever did was just me and 3Dub. Like that, and that was a while ago. I think that was before I moved in here. So like that was a while ago. But so the 4 things I have for you guys to choose from is revisiting Degrassi. I mean, me and Taj are gonna do that regardless. But it would be fun to have like a devoted stream. But the next one will be best 90s and early 2000s shows, because I mean that's my era. Y'all can have all this new stuff.
Yeah.
The old stuff is what's cooking. The old
I
stuff.
hope
We had the best era.
I better see Drake and Josh in that contention. I better see it.
Oh, it definitely will be.
Drake
Next
and
is
Josh
Arrowverse.
is here.
Yep. Next is Arrowverse costume rankings, which is currently winning at 40%. Revisiting Degrassi is right behind it at 30. And then the last one is worst Arrowverse characters, a tier list.
Oh, please let me do it.
So, yeah,
Cecile
remember, guys?
gotta go.
Oh, definitely. I don't even know how we were like. Who like is S the worst? Oh,
I guess we're gonna say S tier trash.
but yeah, guys. 5 super chats. And whatever is voted on wins. I've been following through on my promises. You guys know I'm good for it. You guys know I don't do 3 live streams a week. Had one yesterday, doing the regularly scheduled one today. And then we have our Ranger Nation live stream on Sunday. So yeah. Oh, and guys, you better appreciate us because this last batch of episodes is so hard to get through. I mean, just the dialogue that they give Billy in these episodes, it's like you're trying to get up you're trying to like play up that he's a nerd. We get it. He doesn't have to talk like this. Oh, the weather's absolutely preposterous outside. What?
Real,
who talks like that? He's scared of fish.
I was about to say white people, but no racial.
He's scared of fish. Like, who's scared of fish? Like,
y'all ready?
Ronan, Chainsaw wants you to cook for us.
What do you want?
All right, people. I'm getting ready to make this trip. I just want to come in and say what's up.
What's up? Have fun. Be safe.
Take care, Taj.
Give my thoughts on the Jessica Jones thing real quick. I called it. I just wanted to put that out there.
You did.
You know, I've been waiting for it. But yeah, the Superman teaser stuff, hype for it. It look good.
What about all the haters?
I ain't see them today. I've been too busy editing and doing other stuff.
Well, yeah, Jessica Jones being in that is like, yeah.
Goated, bro. I just need Mike Coulter, bro.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, let me get up out of here. I'll hit y'all up.
All right. Okay, so I'm about to pull up these little articles. I'm not pulling up anything about like any videos because I'm not trying to get flagged. I just got my monetization back and I want to keep it.
I don't blame you. I'm start working on that as well.
Yeah, the Spider-Man Noir just got basically anyone that plays it gets a copyright strike.
Oh, like I wanted to react to it, but something told me not to.
You know what's weird?
It's not posted to an official page. It's posted to somebody's YouTube.
I know. What's weird? I reacted to it. I put it up for almost 24 hours. I didn't get any slack. That's the weird part. I didn't get any slack. And then I talked to somebody about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just delete it. I already edited it. I already have a thumbnail, so when it's officially up, I'll just put it back up. And for those who were lucky enough to watch it, thank you for watching and liking it. But I just thought, you know what? Let me just wait because I feel off that like not everybody reacted to it, and like even with that, it wasn't blowing up like I would hope. A video would blow up, but it was weird that like that and the Fallout one as well. Both of them were quote unquote unofficially out, and they're still being uploaded right now. So very, very interesting, but looks promising. I'm hyped for it. I freaked out.
No, like it looks like it. Spider-Man Noir looks amazing. Like just off of the costume design and it being in black and white. I mean, it would be weird if it wasn't because it's noir.
I was so hyped with that footage. The bit where I react to it, I made it black and white. That's how pumped I was for it. And I was like, all right, let me flip it and let me go with the footage. And yeah,
definitely. It looks good. Like I have no complaints about what that show is gonna be about and all like everything that it entails. Like I'm so excited for that show. I'm mad it doesn't come out till next year. I'm so mad it doesn't come out till next year. Let me see what we got in the comments. Jeffrey says Andor tonight, Ronan. Let's go.
Woo! Y'all ain't ready.
The finale already? Jesus.
Yep. Y'all are not ready for tonight. People are gonna cry. People are gonna scream. That's all I'll say.
Why did she print it off?
I mean, we know that Andor is going to survive, so.
Do we know that? Do we know that?
Because he dies later.
Can I say this? Like, I've been seeing a lot of this, that there's a lot of love for the show, which I love for, but also I want to say this. As a show that's concluding, let's not just start making a dick measuring contest. Like, I can like Andor, I think it's one of the best things ever, but I also doesn't put down my love for stuff like The Mandalorian or Rebels or Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Underworld. Like, you know, I might have my favorites. I'll say right now, Andor is in my top 5 projects of all time in Star Wars. And it's up there in television, but that doesn't think that, you know, I can love Rebels just as much as Andor, but for different reasons, and yet some reasons do parallel. Same thing with Mandalorian. So I hope people, you know, let your emotions out, express yourself, but also don't come off as a dick when you're expressing yourself that way. You know, and again, in a very constructive way, you could say, you know what, I think Andor is stronger than Rebels and Mandalorian. I could see that argument, but don't start downgrading stuff. There was something that happened this past arc that I saw people bringing down Rebels. I'm like, no. Rebels started in my opinion, started the thread of like, you know what, let's give a character like Mon Mothma more development and more stuff. And then here we are with Andor, and she's now one of my favorite characters of all time. So,
can you smell what Ronan is cooking?
I'm not cooking.
He's doing the dishes, but I can smell the Dawn dish soap.
Look, the only reason why I'm wearing this apron is because I'm an anime and manga guy, and it's from The Way of the House Husband. And so I'm like, all right, this is the closest thing I'll do in my house of cosplaying of you all while I'm doing the fucking dishes. So
I only use preposterous to make myself sound educated in my English essay. Captain America: Brave New World will be streaming on Disney Plus on May 28th. I'm going to be watching it when it starts streaming. I need to get the Blu-ray. I really do. I want to have that to complete my Captain America collection. I want to have it. I have every single Captain America film. Like, I need to complete it. Marcus Allen. Marvel Studios updated yearly output plan: 3 movies max, 1 to 2 live action shows, and 2 animated shows. Cool. That's good to know. Taladia plays. You ready for Friday, Lance Geek Drums? The 2-part finale of Dragon Ball Daima. Yes. Hearing Stephanie Natalie do like the Super Saiyan 4 voice and like hearing her take on it. Yeah. It gave what it was supposed to give. Stephanie Natalie is the GOAT. I don't know why they replaced her in the first place. I'm glad they brought her back for this. And I hope, well, I'm not going to say I hope because I don't want them to keep turning Goku into a kid or something. But I'm just glad she got to do this. I wish they would let her redub the lines for like the video games for like the 2 kid versions of Goku and stuff. But I mean, I understand why not. But like when they eventually do update the dub in the game. Yeah, when they eventually do update the dub in the game, like people are going to be like trashing the other 2 versions of Kid Goku that are in the game, and they're only going to want her voice on everything. So I understand that. Yes, I saw the Inside of You podcast with Michael Rosenbaum and Tyler Hecklin. That was a really good interview. That was a really, really good interview. Tyler's so super down to earth, bro. Like, it works. Like, you understand why, like, he explained like the casting process for him getting the Superman role. Like, he got called in for the meeting with Greg Berlanti, and they didn't even talk about Superman for the first 30 minutes. They were just in there just like, you know, shooting the breeze, just talking, and he brought it up. Like, he didn't go in. He said he wasn't intimidated playing Superman because he didn't grow up with, like, that wasn't his favorite comic book character. He wasn't really worried. He wasn't really worried about doing better or worse than anybody. He wasn't nervous because he's been acting since he was a kid. And you can tell his take was original. He didn't watch any other Superman get in the role because honestly, he didn't expect to play the character for 8 years. He expected to do those first 2 episodes.
That's wild.
Honestly, he just told us that after the Elseworlds crossover, WB told Greg Berlanti, you can't use the character anymore. You're going to have to kill him off. We know that did not happen because he went on to have a, to be in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. So that tells me that Tyler was doing something that Warner Brothers liked. So like finding that out was crazy. I'm like, dang, they wanted him off the show after his 4th appearance. Like that was great.
It's crazy the fact that he never actually watched Christopher Reeve's portrayal yet. He gave a Christopher Reeve vibe.
Exactly. He said he never wanted to do what somebody else did. So he just went in. He said the person he channeled when he was playing Clark Kent, especially for like the one that's in Superman and Lois, he channeled his dad.
Oh,
and to find out like his dad is a whole ER surgeon. that's crazy. Find out that he was supposed to be Edward Cullen's brother, but he gave up that audition because he didn't want to let down his college baseball team. He could have been in Twilight. He could have been a vampire in Twilight. Like he gave it up for his college baseball team. He's so down to earth.
I don't even remember if there was like a brother in Twilight.
It was all the Cullens were like, they were all like brothers and sisters. He was supposed to play,
yet they had like a bunch of couples.
Yeah.
Boys, I'm gonna switch from mobile to the PC, so I'll see you in a bit.
All right.
It was Barry and Iris all over again.
I love Barry and Iris. No. I want to see 911 crossover with the Rookie. That would be nice, but then they would have to explain like, why don't we ever see each other? Why do your Los Angeles look different? Stuff like that. That at least that's how they explained it. But that would be cool to see. They're both on ABC now, so why not?
I think those are 2 different creators, so they have 2 different vibes. City-wise. If it was like a Dick Wolf show, then yeah, they can cross over. Like NCIS and CSI.
I want to CSI your CIS.
You're on timeout.
Harlem's Paradise was referenced in Times Square for Daredevil, so culture won't be far behind. I want to see the comic book storyline of him running for mayor. I do too. Yes, Disney is doing their upfronts today. The Snyder cultists are going to be crying so much tomorrow. Can't wait to see their tears. I don't know why people just can't like more than one thing, and that's fine if you don't, but you don't have to, rag and tear down the other thing. It's weird behavior. Horror Chainsaw got the copyright strike. Yeah, sadly. I was going to react to the Superman trailer tomorrow. I plan to flip the video and lower the volume, or just have the stills on the stream and talk over it. Oh, you're coming back to YouTube. That's a shock.
Or hire a video editor so you don't have to do all that shit.
I watched it. That's weird. It looks like a fan film, but in a good way. What looks like a fan film? Wait, what are they talking about?
Your mama. Just kidding.
I don't know what they're talking about. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 greater than Ghost. I still have never watched Andor.
Go watch it.
Noir looks like a fan film.
Well, it's speaking to the fans of Noir.
Killing Superman probably would have killed the Arrowverse. Yes, I agree. But heckling was okay because he didn't expect to. He said he didn't at that point in time in his life. He had just left Teen Wolf. He didn't want to be stuck in like a long form television show. He didn't after Crisis, like around that time when COVID and everything was happening and they started to film again, is when he went to Greg Berlanti and was like, and it wasn't even about Superman. It was just about any role in general. He's like, hey, if it's something you want to do, I'm at a different place in my life, yada, yada, yada. I'm down. I'm committed. and then like
he
like
got the same amount of seasons that he did on Teen Wolf.
Exactly. But hey, he said it was worth it. He said that was one of the best experiences of his life. He talked about Teen Wolf. He said if they did another movie, he'd go back in a heartbeat. He still has not watched the movie, but
he's dead.
He loves those guys. So nobody stays dead in Teen Wolf.
They would have to do it again. Bring the dead back to life.
Nobody stays dead in Teen Wolf. Everybody comes. Scott died like 3 times. You know what I just now realized?
What?
Teen Wolf is not a white-led show.
No, never was. It's also not
Tyler Posey's not
either.
Tyler Posey's not white.
Nope.
I did not I don't know why that never clicked for me.
Neither was. I'm not gonna say that.
Like, he's biracial, so.
Wow. He guest starred on Smallville too.
Yeah. Oh, duh. He played a Mexican kid. Oh, I never really paid attention to it. Like,
he's Javier.
Yeah, we had a show. We literally had a supernatural show where the lead was biracial, and nobody complained about it. That was the best timeline. Teen Wolf was woke. That's crazy to sit back and think about now.
And Styles made you think like he was gay all the time.
That was actually funny.
Am I attracted to gay guys? Come on.
But that's crazy, like, when you think about it. But some people like I saw a video on TikTok yesterday, and that's what made me realize it. Like, the guy was saying, like, y'all don't understand why. Y'all think they were just nerfing Scott to nerf Scott, but they were showing, like, he's been powerful. They showed his power in other ways than just him killing somebody or him beating up every single big bad and solving everything in 1 minute. He said if the character was white, though, people wouldn't complain about it. And then I sat back, I'm like, dang, he's not white. That was just crazy for me to, like, sit back and think about. Like, I never thought about it.
What's funny is, isn't his mom white though?
No.
And his dad?
His dad is. His mom's not.
Okay.
Well, was not before she, unfortunately passed. But yeah,
that would be crazy. Having a biological Mexican kid.
Yeah, he's mixed. But we have first up on the docket, while we wait on the rest of the guys to get in here to finish this ranking. We got our first look at Jumba, and people are upset because Jumba looks like Jumba. I don't see. He looks like Jumba.
Sort of, yeah. I don't like the live action version.
He looks like he's supposed to do. So I mean, I don't know what people expected. Like, they could have redid the nose a little bit because it looks, But I mean, other than that, I mean, he looks like Jumba. Mind you, this is a screen grab from a TV spot, but yeah, he looks like Jumba. Very zoomed in, but he looks like Jumba. But I personally, I have no problems with it. Would you let him babysit you?
No.
Oh. Why not?
They're out of this world. They're aliens. No,
And next up, ahead of its season, ahead of its season 2 premiere, Fallout has been renewed for season 3. Now, mind you, I never watched this show, but it getting this is, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
It's so good.
Getting an
It's
early
gonna
season 3 renewal is like
what? I'll believe it when you watch House of the Dragon season 2.
Don't be a hater all your life. 3-dub. But yeah, I'm gonna check this out. I'm hearing a lot. I just never played the games.
Listen, as someone who's a diehard Last of Us fan, who's played the games of Last of Us and watched the show, Fallout gives Rivals and gives Last of Us a run for its money. It's that good.
What?
And not only that, for me, for the longest time, especially after this show, I always wanted Ella Purnell to potentially play Rogue in the MCU.
Oh, real quick, Marlon Wilson with a $4.99 super chat idea. Meet the super chat goal next week. Lance has to join Taj for a reaction to a Star Wars show.
Nice.
I do it. But yeah, I'm gonna check out Fallout. I'm gonna check out House of the Dragon. I've been saying that for like 3 years.
Yeah.
But I will.
Taco.
You got another Taco Bell or a real taco? Oh, Taco Bell. Phil, like, do you stop at Taco Bell on your way home from the gym every week?
Just every Tuesday.
Okay, so I can close this tab so I don't open it again. Next up is I want to discuss how horribly they are handling Ironheart, and they're not doing nothing but pushing that narrative that Marvel does not care about its black characters. And sadly, they're not going to escape this mindset. You have the people who are upset about you have the people that are upset about the whole like Black Panther discourse and all of that. And the way they're handling this little tease, I'm not playing the audio on purpose. This little tease should have been the trailer. Like, I love Ryan Coogler. He's an amazing producer and an amazing director. This should have been the trailer. This shouldn't have been like him just breaking down what the series means to him and yada, yada, yada. This should have been the trailer. But instead, you're going to release the trailer. And I'm sure they planned for it to drop tomorrow originally. But once you found out that Superman is dropping the official movie trailer, you should have pivoted. Because sadly, as much as it sucks, Superman is gonna dogpile on Ironheart and jump on the already bad narrative. Like, people don't care about the show. People already ragging on it. They didn't like the character in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. They didn't like the character there. Why? I don't know. I think Dominique Thorne is an amazing actress. I think she did a wonderful job with the character. Me personally, I'm excited to dive deeper into the character. I'm glad I rephrased that. Almost said something else. But also seeing how they handled her variant in What If made me want more of this character. I enjoyed reading her, her comic book run. I think her comic book run is like really good. Honestly, it's really good. So like I'm excited to see more of this character, but they're doing a 3-episode premiere, then you're dropping the next 3 episodes the week after. You're just trying to get it out there and get it over with. And I honestly don't think we're gonna see this character anymore
only 6
after
episodes?
this series. Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
I don't think we're gonna see this character anymore after this show. Honestly, I don't, and it sucks.
It's crazy with three episodes for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's and they're okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Dominique Thorne auditioned for. She did. Okay, she auditioned for Shuri opposite Chadwick Boseman. Okay. Exactly. The show is going to flesh out the character, and they're not showing any love to it. This show could come out and be freaking amazing. Like, the Hood is going to be the villain. Like, I'm so excited to see that. Yeah, at least the 3-episode premiere. From what I seen, Scoopers were saying 3 and 3. They didn't confirm it, but they did confirm like the 3-episode premiere. Either way it goes, I don't want a 3-episode premiere. At least do what you did with Daredevil Born Again. Drop the first 2 episodes and then just drop the rest. It's like it's singular episodes. It's you guys are rooting for the show to fail, and it sucks.
Oh,
it sucks that this is your mindset.
It sucks that we live in a time where it's cool to shit on things and other people. No offense, 3W. That was a joke. Why isn't everyone laughing? Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I'm editing. My bad.
Because I don't intentionally clown on 3W for the fuck of it. I he knows I'm kidding. No, man. I saw it, like Draven even say it in the Discord, like,
yeah,
oh, you know, this trailer's gonna get cooked by Super, and I'm just like, dude, why make it a fucking pissing contest? You're just continuing the nonsense that weirdos online continue to perpetuate. You're just giving into that nonsensical bullshit. Like, who the fuck cares if one trailer is better than the other? That is all entirely preferential and subjective. So to just continue this trend of like, oh, haha, Superman's dropping the same day as Ironheart. Fuck you, asshole. Like, fuck all the way off. Eat a bag of dick shit. Like, I'm just over this. We need to pit these two against each other. No, we don't.
We do not at all.
It's pointless. It's so dumb. It's just like, I'm just fucking fed up with fandoms these days, man. Like, it's so hard to like casually scroll through shit and just see a bunch of idiots online. Just, well, I'm in my feels. Why is there an Ironheart show? Oh, why is David Corn sweat Superman? It's just dumb shit, man. I'm fucking over it.
And they don't have a legitimate reason to hate it at all. You do not have a legitimate reason to hate it. You just hate it because it's not Snyder. You hate it because it's a black. And then they try to blanket it by saying, no, the character wasn't interesting. If the character wasn't interesting, then you wouldn't bring up Tony Stark's daughter, or you wouldn't bring up the kid that got a 3-second cameo, Ty Simpkins' character. You wouldn't bring him up.
You know what the common thread is there?
I'm like,
they're
that's
white.
so exactly. And then they sit. I'm like, we all know the real reason why you feel this way, and then they get defensive. No, that's exactly why you feel that way. Just own it. I would respect you more if you owned up to it.
You know, an easy solve for all that Superman stuff? All those people saying, oh, you know, like they're crying because, like, oh, this isn't Snyder. You already got Snyder's interpretation. If you want that, just watch it. You like your wallet will support your opinion of the new one.
There are 3 movies. 3 movies. Count them. 3 movies. Damn near 9 hours of Zack Snyder's Superman and adjudicated DC characters to go along with it.
Yep.
Holy fuck. Go sit in a corner and be mad. Like, pound sand. Be mad. Oh, boo hiss. Big bad James Gunn decided to make a different Superman movie. Holy fucking shit. You are soft. You are soft. You are Charmin soft. You are so soft I wouldn't bother wiping my ass with your soft ass. Oh my god. I'm just over this incessant fanboy bullshit. And as far as Riri Williams goes, it's not Iron Man. It's not Morgan Stark. It's not Harley fucking boo-hoo. Wah! Guess what? Was Morgan Stark ever in a comic book? As far as I know, no. Was Harley ever in a fucking Marvel comic book? No, as far as I know. Nope. You know who was in a fucking Marvel comic book? Riri Williams.
And then the thing is, like, they're just trying to replace. She's not trying to replace anybody. No. Especially this iteration of the character has not mentioned Tony Stark at all.
No,
but the actress did get the thumbs up from Robert Downey Jr.
Exactly.
Right, but that's external stuff.
Like they're
Doesn't matter.
Stop being weird, bro. Like
Iron Man gave her the fucking thumbs up. Like, yeah, do your thing.
Yep.
Exactly, like right there. Do your thing. Not try to replicate my thing. It's do your thing.
And like people looked at this footage and they're like, "Oh my god, the suit's so ugly. Oh my." She's making prototype suits. So why doesn't it look like Iron Man's? Iron Man's didn't look like that. They're prototype suits.
She doesn't.
His
have
first
the
one
capital
did.
that
She
he
doesn't.
has.
She doesn't have those means, bro. And then they talking about some. Oh, they're just making the black girl a. I said she's getting tricked. That's the plot. That's the plot, bro. Like you think it's gonna be like this the entire show? No, that's the plot. She obviously realizes that the Hood is using her. Like,
Called
come on,
character
bro.
development.
Like people are so dumb. People are so dumb.
Other
it
news,
gives me a
Lance.
headache.
Water. Wet.
I'm just tired. I'm tired of it at this point. We can't have nice things.
According to Dalton, Morgan Stark was in fact in the comics, but it was a dude and Tony's cousin.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as far as I know, Tony Stark never had a daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
He had a kid. He had a son in Avengers Twilight, that alternate universe history where it's old man Captain America versus everyone else.
That was such a weird read.
It was such a good read. I don't know what crack you're on.
I mean, it was good, but there were multiple points there when I'm reading through. It's like, wow, okay, this is what we're doing.
I mean, it's Captain America's version of the Dark Knight Returns. What more do you want?
That's actually a pretty good comparison. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This was such a weird trailer release.
That was by Zdarsky, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And yes, Lance, it was a very awkward trailer release, if you'd even call it that.
It wasn't even released on like a legitimate like Amazon or Sony page.
The rumor is that it leaked.
Yeah, it was throwing me off because I'm looking it up on YouTube. I'm like,
I think that's more than a rumor is that it leaked.
I'm like, where is it? Like, I couldn't. I was like, where is it? So then I finally see it. It's on some random YouTuber's page. So I'm like,
YouTube hasn't hit me with a copyright strike yet, which is weird because you would think something like that. I don't know. Kind of strange.
Hey,
but
hold on. Keep talking about this amongst yourselves. My wife said it's a deer outside. I'm gonna go see this.
Yeah, snap a picture for us.
I was about to say, we have to recreate the Grown Ups 2 scene.
No, I know. My reaction's up. I saw Ronan's, but Chainsaw got hit with a copyright strike. So did Draven.
Well,
I took mine down.
Well, his video.
You took yours down?
Yeah, I took it down just because I was like, I got 100 views. I was thankful for it, but like, if this really was like dynamite and people were getting struck down, you would think people would rush the ones that weren't struck down yet.
Right.
And like, I thought about it and I talked to a friend of ours and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just take it down right now. I already have an edit, I have a thumbnail. It was for those who were able to watch it. Thank you for the watch and whatnot. But I'm like, you know what? I'll wait till it officially drops and then I'll put it out easily like that. But like, because again, I haven't even started monetizing yet. Like I'm gonna start right now pretty soon, and so I want to have that steady. And plus, today I'm dropping my Andor stuff, so I'm like, all right, I got the Spider-Man Noir thing. Let me just focus on Andor, and then I'll have that in the vault. But
yeah,
that's just my choice.
The Andor finale's tonight, right?
Yep.
Thank fuck.
And it's like you with Invincible all over again.
I don't hate Andor. I'm just like, I'm ready to just go into Ironheart. I that's where I'm at. Okay, I just want to get into Ironheart. Waited weeks for this.
I just hope it's not going to be one of those things where, you know, like people up at Disney, they're like, okay, well, you know, we're just going to get this out to get it out. And like this and the Vision Quest series that are coming out, there's been talks that those two series are going to be the last ones with characters that already had pre-existing film ties.
I doubt it.
Well, I mean, what more could they do?
Well, for number one, that rumor was perpetuated by the fucking rat Jeff Snyder. Number two, there's still all of Secret Wars to go through, and then everything after that. It stands to reason that anyone who was in that movie big or small character or otherwise, would likely get a second season. I would have to imagine that once those movies are finished and done, those bean counters get their head out of their ass, could probably get a second season of Hawkeye out there quick enough.
Yeah, if they actually want to, pay Jeremy Renner what they should and not try to,
Oh man, that fucking story.
That pissed me off.
I blame Jake for the Jeremy Renner stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you didn't review bomb Hawkeye season 1, they would have gave more money.
I didn't review Hawkeye season 1.
Oh, see that's the problem. The deer was gone by the time I got out there. My wife said it was on the side of our house and then ran out into the street, darted across the street in somebody else's yard, and then just took off down the block. So I'm factoring in that it might be dead in a matter of hours.
So you missed out on some deer jerky.
Yeah, she said she tried to take a picture. It was moving too quick. Also, this is the first time that we've seen a deer in our yard, especially over here. It's no wooded area.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's weird. But the news of the day: Marvel's trying to save themselves. Marvel's trying to save themselves.
I mean, to quote Thanos, this was inevitable, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw this popped up, I just started listening to Nirvana. I was like, I'm getting myself ready to before Infinity War, before Endgame, maybe before Captain America Civil War, we had these shows popping up, and it was the hope of maybe one day the Defenders will unite, and lo and behold,
Kristen Ritter was at the upfront presentation.
That would make sense. Yep, that would make sense.
Wow, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Yeah.
I just need Luke Cage back.
Yeah.
And I need him to give her the sweet Christmas again.
Yeah. Bro, I'm so excited for season 2 now. I was already excited, but it's where does he come in at? Where does she come in at? I should say, and if it better not just be just her. Bring back Misty Knight, bro.
Mm-hmm. I would say bring back Rosario Dawson, but she's busy filming Ahsoka right now.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, Claire Temple. Yeah.
You think they would bring back David Tennant?
No, because he's dead.
Oh yeah, he did die in that, didn't he?
Unless you want to still do the haunting PTSD thing.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
Ragu on Facebook with the news. Wonder Man is a series that will consist of 8 30-minute episodes. It will feature the return of Ben Kingsley's Trevor Slattery. How does he get from Shang-Chi to this?
Oh
no, I don't know. Hey, whenever it premieres, I'll be watching. I just hope it's good because Yahya Abdul-Mateen is great. So
yeah. I think that's going to be I'm kind of looking at this the same way I am, things like Miss Marvel and Moon Knight, to where that's probably going to be the strongest aspect of the series, or at least the thing I'm looking forward to most going into it is just the presence of that lead. Because obviously, we've seen that Yahya Abdul-Mateen was great, and not only things like the Aquaman movies, but he's also proved himself beyond that. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to pretend I'm the most well versed in Wonder Man's character. Know a little bit here and there. Not the biggest fan of it, but I think just that act will be enough to sell me there on that performance and be okay, he's delivering a compelling enough performance, and depending on how they write it, I may or may not be able to get behind it.
That's fair.
I just think he's a great actor. I was already going to watch it from the go. How does Trevor Slattery fit it all? I mean, he is an actor, so there's that. But
True.
More important thing is like, how does he go from the end of Shang-Chi to that? Like, where the fuck does, like, they have to kind of explain that. I'd have to imagine, but time will tell.
Yeah.
I also need Luke Cage.
Yes, bring Mike Coulter back.
I wouldn't expect anything for Wonder Man until later this year, though.
Yeah. No, just no.
No, they let Kevin Feige cook with Iron Fist.
I was going to say, you know what? They already casted him.
Keep Scott.
It would feel odd. Let Finn Jones actually rehearsed the fights months before you do an episode shooting day like they did in the show. Let him do that and then give him a new screenplay, and I think they got something up, because I'm telling you, for me, when him and Mike were together, especially in that episode in Luke Cage Season 2, that was the closest we got to Heroes for Hire, and it was just like, come on, man, I like that, and you could trust me. And it's just like, Power Man and Iron Fist, that's got a ring to it. And when they did I was
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I even said this earlier that like they could very well bring in some Heroes for Hire elements whenever they bring those guys back, because the Netflix Defenders is pretty much the Heroes for Hire, just renamed.
I guess.
Well, I mean, when you look at what the Defenders traditionally were, the characters don't line up at all. If anything, like a lot of your people who were Defenders traditionally were in the films or currently are in the films.
Yeah, we know.
Don't talk with food in your mouth. That's disrespectful, you fuck.
Fuck you.
Wow.
I do what I fucking want.
So let's talk about because I'm waiting on Daren. Let's talk about I'm yelling at you. Let's talk about the news of the trailer coming out tomorrow. How are we feeling about it?
Oh, the Ironheart trailer? Kidding.
No, not that. I mean, yes, that, but the Superman trailer.
You know what? What's been like playing in my head is the teaser to Man of Steel. Now, this is some odd, because I love that the teaser of just like using Russell Crowe's voiceover saying, one day they will join you in the sun. One day you will help them accomplish wonders. Like, and then that music. I don't know why that moment, that teaser has been in my head of like, this is the passing, unofficial passing of the torch.
Language.
There it goes. Anyways, I'm excited, and I'm very interested to see what new footage they give us without still spoiling anything. I'm like, keep us in the dark. We're almost in July. I'm like, just tiny bit taste.
I think that they spoiled that the Hammer of Baravia is some form of Kryptonian. But I'm okay with that. And Cuz is giving Clark them hands. The teaser looked great, in my opinion. The teaser looked great. I wish people would realize that CGI and special effects aren't exactly perfected in trailers. So some stuff is still gonna look a little wonky. But no movie, in my opinion, has had perfect CGI.
There's been some close contenders, but nothing quite yet.
So I mean, this movie looks great. I love the color grading on this film. It's bright, it's vibrant, it looks alive. But at the same time, I also liked what Snyder did, what Nolan did with their respective films. Call me crazy, but it's not a bad thing to like more than one take on a character. Superman and Lois was in the middle ground of it, and that's a TV show. It's not bad to like more than one take on a character, more than one take on the lore of the world. Like, I think this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, you can have your favorite thing, but it doesn't mean you only have to like that one thing.
But Lance, I think that's why most of us here have not gone off the deep end and drank the Kool-Aid that a lot of people have nowadays, where like the example I always use is Wolverine. Wolverine has always been the guy since they came out of the womb. He's been my guy. When I discovered that Laura Kinney existed, and that what Daphne King did in Logan, and then I read, All New Wolverine by Tom Taylor. It broadened my scope of how much I love the character and what Wolverine symbolizes. And now I don't just love Logan. Now I love Lara as well, equally as much. And now, I mean, hell, go back to Batman Beyond. That's why I love the dynamic. I'm like, you know what? There could be more than one Batman. It's not just Bruce Wayne. There could be Terry McGinnis. And I think to make these characters, these mythologies just as strong and not as dated or as or feel fatigued, is you see legacy. You see the passing of torches, not just in characters, but also in performances. People who play them, like there's something cool knowing that it's not just Christopher Reeve, it's not just Brendan Routh, it's not just Tyler Hoechlin, it's not just what's his name, Tom Welling. That there's Henry, and now there's David. I mean, even in animation, the Batman is not just Kevin. There's Christian Bale. There's Adam West. That's the beauty of all this stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah. Even in Superman, when it comes to animation, you had two people, Tim Daly and George Newbern, playing the same Superman. So it just further enhances that point.
I don't know that I have a needle of enjoyment or disappointment for this film yet. Like, there are things in it that have been shown. Obviously, there's just the footage we've all seen. Like, all of that stuff is what I mean. I haven't been shown anything exclusive, but...
Yeah, you wouldn't lie about that.
Right. It's just like... I don't know. Like, I agree with everything everyone just said. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's perfectly fine to like multiple versions of the same character. That's why Batman has been so fucking popular for the last 80-something years. Same with Superman. Yeah. My issue, and I wouldn't even call it an issue, it's more just preference than anything, is the fact that, like, given who made this movie, I'm like hit miss when it comes to James Gunn, and I say that as someone who likes Zack Snyder's work. I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan, but I like Ronan mentioned, there are a lot of people who collectively drink a fucking vat of Kool-Aid and they act like James Gunn is the fucking devil in disguise. And it's like, look, I've watched the man make 4 comic book movies and 2 TV shows. I'm literally 50-50 because I like Guardians 1, I like Guardians 3, I don't like Guardians 2, I don't like the Suicide Squad, I don't like Peacemaker, and I like Creature Commandos. I am literally middle of the road when it comes to James Gunn. It's all based on technique of filmmaking, writing, and execution. What I want from Superman is, and I could be totally wrong about this, and I could just be setting my expectations, my own personal expectations too high. I want James Gunn to show me that he can rein himself in and not go whole hog on the dick and fart bubble bullshit.
That's valid. Absolutely.
That to me is what murdered Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The fact that you had Drax, a character who had become like a symbol for people with autism after the first movie, and he's reduced to a dick and fart fucking poop joke. I hated that. I also don't like that he turned Adam Warlock into a bumbling fucking idiot. I do not like that, because I love Adam Warlock and what he is to Marvel Comics. And the fact that he was completely absent from Infinity War and Endgame, and I get it, they took their creative liberties with the Soul Stone, it's totally fine. But at the same time, it's just like, as a fan of the source material of what the Soul Stone, how it operates in the comic books, I would have loved to have seen something like that. But no. Instead, I just get another fucking bumbling idiot with a cape who's, super powerful. Oh, cool. Now he's part of the new Guardians. Great. Whoever handles the Guardians next, more power to them. Good luck, because you're not going to be able to... And this may sound like I'm talking outside of both sides of my mouth, but at the same time, I think James Gunn achieved something really great there with the Guardians that I don't know anyone else could have. I mean, he made a fucking talking raccoon and a talking tree relevant to general audiences, right? Yeah. And then people like to throw that in my face when it comes to Superman. I'm like, look, those are 2 completely different classes of characters you're talking about. Yes, you can make me give a shit about a talking raccoon and a talking tree, but when it comes to Superman, I'm sorry, like there's just a sensibility element there that I'm very hesitant about. And I fucking pray to God that Jimmy Olsen isn't reduced to dick and fart bullshit. I hope to God Guy Gardner isn't reduced to dick and fart bullshit. And I hope that there is just a minimal amount of, again, dick and bubble fart bullshit, because that's what I call his brand of humor. And it's laced all throughout the Suicide Squad. It's laced all throughout Peacemaker. I don't want that. And the fucked up part is I know no one here does it, but people online like to jump down my throat and go, "Oh, you don't know what humor is. You don't know what's funny." And I'm like, "No, fuck off. I know full well what makes me fucking laugh. I can make myself laugh if I wanted to, but I don't need that dick and fart bullshit when it comes to my comic book stuff. That's lowest common denominator bullshit. That's base level fans going, Drex said, look at my big poo. Fuck you. Just fucking fuck you. It's people like that are the reason why a movie like Justice League fucking happened.
Yeah, like that's something Whedon would do.
Right, and I think Joss Whedon kind of fucked up the MCU with his brand of humor, because then it became a more consistent thing. James Gunn added to it, and then Taika Waititi went full blown with it, and that's why some of the humor in the MCU is so ham-fisted and so beat over your head. It's fucking terrible, and it needs to stop. That's why Thunderbolts was such a fucking refreshment. Yeah. Oh my god, all the situational humor in that movie was great.
Someone said in the movie, I was doing math. Like, and the fact that like that was a funny, like, oh shit, that's fucked up, but like, oh shit, that's funny that like in the middle of a very like shining sequence, that made me laugh. I was doing math.
I'm sorry, I was on math.
Yeah.
I never thought I would hear those words uttered in a Marvel movie, and here we are. I just find it funny.
Yeah. So, but I agree with everything you said, Phil. When it comes to James Gunn and his brand of humor, we know that he can channel horror. He can channel mainly comedy. It's certain characters that you and he's made this known from day one. Each series, like each property, each series, each movie, TV show, whatever you want to call it, will have its own, like, I get, what's the word I'm looking for?
Humor. It's humor, man. Like, and humor is entirely subjective.
It will something's gonna be, you know, like extremely, like outlandishly funny, or something is gonna be more serious, more grounded, yada yada yada. We see in Creature Commandos, blood and gore, stupid jokes. Suicide Squad, blood and gore, you know, stupid jokes. But I feel as if with those characters, it worked because David Ayer tried to do the same thing, just not to that extent. The jokey person in the first Suicide Squad was Will Smith. Those jokes just
bear in mind that's the studio cut of that movie. That's not David Ayer's actual movie. So I mean, he did do the reshoots. You know, he was handed pages that he had to reshoot, which I find abhorrent, more or less. But like, you're not wrong. I think there was some sense of like, we need some levity here and there. And I feel like once Deadpool happened, and then once the reception of Batman versus Superman happened, Warner Brothers got chicken shit cold feet, and they decided to turn Suicide Squad into like a Guardians of the Galaxy Deadpool-y kind of knockoff kind of movie in a weird way.
And way darker.
And honestly, with James Gunn's Suicide Squad, I feel as if that worked better. But I do get your disdain for Peacemaker, because he does make those jokes. But one thing that my wife pointed out to me, and this was after she saw the Peacemaker trailer, she was like, I get people don't like the Christopher character, the Peacemaker character, but at the same time, he's not a villain. He's a lovable idiot. He's a lovable idiot. And you get the sense of, like she pointed out to me, because I never thought about it this way. He didn't want to kill Rick Flag Sr. He was
Junior.
Rick Flag Jr. He was following orders. He was a soldier. He was following orders. He was doing what he was told, and now he has to live with those consequences.
Sure.
Those consequences. In Peacemaker season 1, I completely expected it to be dumb, balls to the wall, joke. Every other thing, like the alien invasion thing, and like you say, humor is subjective. I found it enjoyable, but at the same time, some of the stuff does go. You know, it can beat you over the head. You can be beat over the head with it. Which is why I'm hoping in season 2 that they rein it in. And with that trailer, of course, you're gonna show the wild, outlandish stuff. The way that they did the fact that we haven't had a accurate portrayal of Vigilante in the two people that have actually played Vigilante is crazy to me, because I feel as if Josh Segarra, when he was on Arrow, and we thought since he was playing
Adrian
Chase, I feel as if Prometheus was actually Vigilante, that would have fit. Like, I think Josh Segarra would have knocked that role out of the park.
Vigilante on Arrow was good until they took the mask off.
Yeah.
And the thing is like Adrian Chase even goes out the same way that Vigilante goes out in the comic books. Like he fucking shoots himself.
Yep.
Which is weirdly strange, but at the same time, like I like Arrow season 5. I think it's the best season since season 2.
Season. It's the best season.
It's the best since season 2. I think season 2 will never be topped personally.
Same.
But when it comes to, James Gunn's Vigilante, I was like, okay, the suit looks great, but the characterization is so far removed from what I love about the character.
Is he just slow or something?
That version of Adrian? I don't know. I don't know. I will say that I was very disappointed when Myrn died. I like Myrn.
Yes.
Chukwudi Iwuji was a fucking boss in that show, and
didn't we see him in the trailer?
No. I don't think so.
I thought we saw him I thought we saw Myrn in the trailer for season 2.
No, remember Myrn fucking died because he was bitten by a butterfly.
Yeah.
He was a butterfly. Wasn't he one of the butterflies too? Myrn is what grounded that season.
If I was anyone in Peacemaker, I was probably Myrn, and I'm a white guy.
Yeah. Myrn grounded that season. Yeah. But at the same time, thinking about it, because even my wife was like, so he walks through the portal and ends up in a universe where his doppelganger also killed Rick Flag Jr.
See, I chalk that up to the multiverse run in parallel because, I think Greg Weisman kind of put it best. There are certain things that happen in other animated versions with those characters present, and they may have happened in Young Justice, but where we're at in Young Justice is kind of diverging a little bit from other canonical stories. I feel like if there was a way to elaborate on how, this version of Peacemaker ends up in what we know to be the upcoming DCU, the things that's how you kind of get away with the fact that Rick Flag Jr. is dead. It happened here. It also happened here. We've got, what's another thing? Like practically all of season 1 of Peacemaker. Yeah, all of that happened alongside this universe's Peacemaker. I get,
except their Justice League replaced.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and did that trailer drop the day after we?
The day after.
Okay,
day after.
I get, humor is subjective. Like there were things. The one time I laughed was when I heard you're living in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto. That's literally the only time I laughed. But other than that, the whole I think you suffer from toxic masculinity, and he's talking to hardcore. I'm just like, well, that's fucking stupid.
But at the same time, she looked at him and said, "What?" So
I
thought it worked. I thought it worked.
Oh yeah, her reaction's warranted. I just thought, why bother even just? It's just stupid bullshit. Like, call it situational, whatever. I just think it's just forced. I was like, why would a therapist even say that to a woman? That doesn't even make any sense. But it literally just kind of reeks of James Gunn taking a moment to be like, oh, I can turn this funny. And it's like, dude, you and I have two very different ideas of what funny is.
The only thing that really made me laugh, and looking back, this wasn't even something that makes sense when you think about it, is when he's calling out Batman for not for not killing his enemies, and they're just gonna get up and constantly kill people again, and then he's gonna be responsible for more deaths because of it. That's funny, on its own, but also if you're talking about that Batman, it doesn't really make sense when you look at his history. But regardless,
no, not at all.
But another thing that I wanted to point out about the Peacemaker trailer is this is going to be traumatic for him as he does venture into this new world because his brother's alive. We see the mural of Peacemaker,
White Dragon,
and his brother. This version of Peacemaker did not kill his brother. So if our Christopher kills the Christopher from this universe and just assumes that it takes over his life or whatever, is he how do you deal with that?
Honestly, I gotta be invested in the character to care, and I don't. I only care about Rick Flag Sr. fucking going to town.
And it makes me wonder, and that's also funny because it's okay, you think you're escaping your problems, but you're running back into the same thing.
Right.
Because that's every version, and it makes sense, every version of Peacemaker would have that soldier mentality. You're gonna finish out the mission regardless.
I think Phil hit the nail on the head. It's you have to be invested in the character, and that's one of the big things that sold season 1 for me as a whole. It's I acknowledge it's well made, it's competently put together, it's well shot, well edited, this, that, and the other. I
hate
don't
that
like
intro.
Christopher Smith as a character.
I fucking hate that intro. I hate that intro so much.
James Gunn is 2 for 2 on warping songs for me, so let's see what he does next.
He ruined Wigwam for me. I cannot listen to that fucking song now because
Ruined
that
Wigwam?
goddamn I can't listen to that song anymore because of that intro.
Yep,
I
ruined
can't.
Wigwam for me, and then because of Guardians 3, you ruined Crazy on you for me too.
God damn, Taika Waititi. Fuck that shit.
What the fuck did he have to do with that?
What did he try to do with it? What did he do wrong?
Was that Guardians 3? Did you say Guardians 3 or Thor?
I said Guardians 3.
He said
my
Guardians.
I said James Gunn is 2 for 2 on ruining songs for me.
I was thinking because the Guardians are in Thor: Love and Thunder. That's
right.
right. That's right.
I try to forget that, but
yeah, I think everyone
I
does.
they were in that. I forgot they were in that.
It's a very forgettable movie.
Only reason it's hard for me to forget that is because it was on my fucking birthday.
Do you believe this? Mern ended racism.
I wish.
Prometheus was good until they took the mask off.
I'd
don't show Phil the Legends of Tomorrow thong song.
I'd argue Prometheus
Please
got
don't.
better after they took the mask off.
So looking at the poll so far with one super chat, Revisiting Degrassi is 29%. Best 90s and early 2000s shows is at 21%. Arrowverse costume, I almost mispronounced the word I typed. Arrowverse costume rankings is tied with Revisiting Degrassi at 29%, and the worst Arrowverse characters tier is at 21%, which is wow, it's a two-way tie. Yeah, it's a double tie.
So by the way, Lance, that list that you asked me to put together for all of those DC TV shows for that next fall, that list is coming together. I've got all the ones that are there in a list, so I'll send you the thing, and you just let me know if there's any of these that you want to cherry pick out.
Okay, yeah, because that's the ranking we're gonna do next week.
All right.
Speaking of rankings, we should probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Daren's supposed to be here, but he's at fucking work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said just jump into it, and if he's gonna get to it. I'm just glad we got a lot of news today. Apparently, they showed the I just saw a post saying that they showcased they showcased Vision Quest. They showcased Vision Quest.
Really?
Born Again season 2, of course. X-Men 97 and whatever other show that they got coming, I think.
Okay, is
Wonder
that
Man?
rumor of Neve Campbell voicing Polaris true?
So apparently even Bew confirmed it, saying that he had casted her to do more stuff with it, with the character and whatnot. So
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2 got showcased as well.
Where was all this showcased at?
The Disney upfront.
The upfront
Oh.
today.
Something in LA or Disneyland occurring.
Got it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's where Kristen Ritter popped back up, right?
Yeah.
Sean.
I gotta say though, I don't mind Neve Campbell as Polaris. That's a pretty cool casting.
Yeah.
If it
Hell
is
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right. What is that? The
All
Marvels? Is that the next one?
Yep.
Yes. People are mad because James Gunn made up the Hammer of Baravia.
Huh?
Boo
Huh?
fucking boo.
Okay. Fucking Snyder made up General Swanwick. Boo fucking who?
Come on, y'all.
Whoever did Superman 4 made up Nuclear Man. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah. Snyder made the whole like Kryptonian into Doomsday thing, and Superman and Lois did that too.
like Lance said, people just want to be mad to be mad.
Don't be crazy. That's
They
what
don't
it
even,
is.
They don't even deserve a tissue box. They can fucking wipe their tears on their fucking shirt.
What was
Yeah,
Superman's brother name in Superman and Lois?
How rough.
Taro.
Taro.
Mm-hmm.
Taro I'm saying Nuclear Man wants to talk to you. Taro wants to talk to you.
Still
Who
thought that
else?
whole concept was stupid. Superman having a brother.
I thought it worked. I liked it,
Fucking stupid.
and he was a great actor. So like,
Oh,
him
sure.
him
There's no
having
knock there.
him having a illegitimate brother was interesting. Like him going his whole life without knowing this information.
I just think, like, I don't know. That just doesn't sit well with me. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that idea, personally. I always just like the idea of Superman being the only child of Jor-El and Laura, and that's Laura's only child. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing.
It just weird you out because it's, yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, it was
I
different.
think they just
like,
did it to replace not having a Supergirl.
Sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. And like it was gonna connect with some people, and some people it was gonna not.
Yeah. But to complain about the Hammer of Baravia, which most likely is just Ultraman in that suit, is dumb.
Yeah. Well, just
It's-
wait.
it's
Tomorrow's
just-
gonna be when that trailer drops. Tomorrow, people are gonna fucking be buck wild all over the place.
Does it have a time?
I think
5
9
p.m. 5 p.m. UK time.
I
Apparently.
saw 12 p.m. Eastern, so that would put 9 a.m. my time. So
Yeah,
11 a.m. my time, so
5 p.m. UK time. So,
I'll be at work.
Be a fucking work.
yeah.
Draven took the day off. Lucky little bitch.
tomorrow's my off day, but I have to get up at
Well, I
5
mean,
because
Joe,
we
whenever
have a
you
work
live with
meeting.
another breadwinner, I'm sure it's easy.
Touche. If my wife put all the bread on the table, yeah, probably. I'd probably have the luxury of being able to take the day off too. I mean, what?
Jesus
Anyway.
Christ, these people don't know anything. So the Marvels, I enjoyed it. I put the Marvels in A.
Jake, you go first.
So thought the three leads were really compelling in this. I thought Monica, Kamala, and Carol worked really well together. Overall, had like just fun hijinks between them. Did not care for the villain. Seeing Kelsey Grammer at the end was cool. Whoa! What the hell just happened?
What just happened?
I thought I was going nuts for a second.
I don't know. That was weird.
It just spats out of control there.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, I said A. Did anybody
Um,
disappear? What happened?
No, I think we all
No.
just got like.
We got booted, then we put back in. That's weird.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
I'll go. I mean, I like it because of the three leads, but I don't get much more out of it beyond that. I probably liked it as much as I'd probably put it right under Brave New World, probably.
I think
That's
that the three leads carry this movie really well, even though the villain is less than memorable. Although I will say that the actress is also Tom Hiddleston's wife. Forget her name though. I feel really bad about that. Yeah, it was good for what it was. And again, I think that the three leads are the highlight of it. They all worked really well together. The whole Khan family and Nick Fury and the Flurkin kittens on the Sword space station was like, okay, it's a choice, I suppose. It was, I fall somewhere in between like a B and a C, because I don't think it's bad. Like I don't think that like they dropped the ball with the villain as hard as they did with Captain America, but at the same time, like, you know, Dar-Ben was literally less than memorable. I will say that like seeing the comic accurate version of the Supreme Intelligence was actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Even if it was like, you know, all of 5 minutes or whatever. Like, yeah, that was neat. And, you know, like Jake mentioned, the post-credit scene with Binary and Beast was something else. I would probably, the more I think about it, I'd probably put it as a B over a C, personally.
Ronan?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go in the C section. What just happened?
It just gasped.
He's surprised.
Yeah, I echo Jake's and Phil's sentiments of like Bree. I was so happy for Bree that I'm like there, because you know, I watched the first movie like, okay, I'm intrigued, and then with this movie I'm like, there's Carol, there's the captain.
Yeah.
And obviously for my money, Iman Vellani stole the movie and ran with it. Tiana Perez was great as Photon, and yeah, I think, what's her name? Zal Ashton.
There we go.
Yep. She plays Dar-Ben.
Yep.
I felt so bad for her because I was just like, oh man, this is already. It's weird when I'm watching a movie and I'm already editing stuff in my head. That's
well,
not
it's like apparently they cut a bunch of shit out of that movie, and I'm just like, why would you bring in Nia DaCosta and like butt fuck her movie? Like I don't understand that at all. Like she brought us Candyman, the 2021 Candyman,
Yep.
which is IMO like a fucking beautiful love letter to that franchise.
Oh yeah.
So why would you just neuter her fucking movie in the editing room? I don't get that. Like, she even came out and was like, yeah, no, that's not even the movie that I wanted to make. Like, it hardly resembles what I wanted to do. And I'm just like, what the fuck, Marvel? You guys bring in people like Sam Raimi, Jake Schreier, the Russo brothers, Ryan Coogler, all these cats, Sean Levy, all these guys, and they get fucking free reign to do whatever the fuck they want. And they make excellent movies. They all made very excellent movies. Chloe Zhao, too. She had complete control over that.
Yeah.
And love or hate Eternals, it is a fucking masterfully crafted film.
Yeah.
From a filmmaking perspective, right? So why the fuck, again, why the fuck would you neuter Captain America Brave New World and the Marvels? That, to me, is like the biggest, like, just cardinal sin they could have ever done. It's like,
the same reason they're neutering Ironheart.
Sure, yeah. It's just like, come on, guys. Like, Kevin Feige fought to have progressive ideas and characters of diversity at the forefront, and yet we're neutering them. This is stupid. Like, the movie probably would have been much better had she got final cut on it, in my opinion.
And I feel like, looking back at it now, and I'm not trying to throw this as an insult, but like, looking back at it now, somewhere in there in the Marvels, there's a great, magnificent Marvel special presentation. There's a great special right there with that film and whatnot. And you know, again, you didn't have to do a villain, because it was, again, this movie also suffers a lot of stuff of like, we gotta end of the world, or, you know, end of the galaxy and whatnot. And it's just like, no, you gotta, in this phase, all these movies should have been about personal stakes, less plot stakes, and you hold the world ending galaxy stuff until you get stuff like FF or the Avengers. Like, to me,
or even Deadpool and Wolverine.
Right. Yeah, and like, to me, with this one, it should have been about like how do you feel about your legacy, Carol? And Monica Rambeau, how do you feel about your aunt and how she left you on your own after your mom died? And like,
it's
and
not
about
even that. Like Monica's whole thing was like, dude, my mom died and you weren't fucking here. Neither was I. Like, what the fuck, man? That's a big what the fuck.
And also, what Kamala looks at it, because Kamala looks at Carol, and it's just like, and it's a kid. There's a lot. It's not just glitter and magic and whatnot. There's a lot of heavy. You know, this gig isn't for the faint of hearts. And like, even again, the angle of her being married, that's a big thing, and it felt very nonchalant. And like, I know people had issues with the singing world. I didn't mind that, because that was like, okay, that's a wacky part of the MCU that can exist, and we didn't spend too much time in it. Cat swallowing people, okay, that was a little like, okay, that this feels like
we've seen it before, you know, and now we're seeing it on an amplified scale, and it's like, okay, this has been done before. We really don't need more of it. Like, you're being funny with it, we get it, but that's the problem. Is like, we have seen this before. We did not need it again. I think the Khan family and Nick Fury would have been much better served had they had just been given something else to do in the Sword Station. But you know, we're all just armchair executives at this point.
Yeah, I think they should have just emphasized on the personal character bits, because the more you keep doing those grandiose, you know, like end of the world type stakes, the less, you know, special those kinds of things are going to feel, and they're just going to keep feeling old and repetitive.
Well, because then by the time you get to Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars and those characters pop up, you're like, oh fuck yeah, just like how it worked with Infinity War.
Yeah,
everyone was over the fucking moon when Chadwick Boseman showed up. I lost my fucking shit when I saw Doctor Strange in the first 5 minutes of that movie.
Yep.
Like, when you take the time to build these characters, they will return. By they, I mean the fucking audience.
Yeah. Like, luckily for this movie, I think Brie did a better, phenomenal job as Carol in this movie.
Oh,
and
I agree.
I'm, you know, I don't know if I'll revisit the movie again, but like, you know what? If I see a scene or two between the three of them, and ahead of Doomsday, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's see Carol and let's see her interact more with the fucking Avengers. Like put her in a squad. Let's start seeing that play out, because the timetable of Infinity War game that didn't help Brie and her introduction as Carol Danvers. And I don't know, folks. Like, to me, I would go C. It's, for me, it's better than the Captain Marvel movie, but it doesn't escape some of the funkiness that it has and whatnot. But that has nothing to do with the actresses and whatnot. Like, again, I've been saying it. Sarah Haley Finn, MVP. Even with Brie, I'm like, this. Finally, I was like, there's Captain. And I like seeing Valkyrie there. I love the dynamic between her and Carol and that little history.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, no, I don't disagree at all. I think I'll go to bat for Brie Larson. Okay, like, I heard a long time ago when I was in another movie group, one of the guys was like, I heard Brie Larson's a bitch, and I'm just like, well, you're a punk piece of shit, so fuck off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So anyway, what do you got?
So I'm giving the Marvels a B, like pretty much like you guys. But for me, it was like, it felt like Kamala was the standout show for me personally.
Yeah.
Like, and it felt like they elevated her a little bit more in this compared to her show, you know, and that's why I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. And obviously with the post-credit scene as well, that was pretty sweet, you know. I gotta say, bringing that in, and I thought that was cool. But yeah, I have to give it a B overall, and honestly, I would recommend people checking it out.
Okay.
So we had A, C, right, Jake? You'd C.
Yeah, we got 1A, 2 B's, 2 C's.
So then that would. So the A and the B's and the 2 C's. The A and the B's kind of canceled the C's out, so it's like a B minus or a C+.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in there.
We'll just put it in B.
B, yeah.
Yeah.
B to be on
Because there's an A and 2B, so yeah, that's definitely more favorable.
And Cameron, you said you haven't seen the Marvels. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Serenity, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the stream. And Chillmonger, what's up, bro? What's up? So like on y'all screen, if I pull up a comment, is the tier maker like disappearing?
No.
No. Yeah, it's disappearing and showing back up for me. This is really dumb. StreamYard's tweaking, but I'm gonna deal with it because it's still showing on the stream. So whatever.
Wild.
Yeah. It's that whatever that glitch that just happened. Yeah. So next is Loki. For me, Loki is S or A tier. I think season 1 is S. Season 2, it was good, but at the same time, could have been better.
Oh, is that all you were going for with that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you were keeping it short and sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Season 1 I like a lot. Some of those early episodes really you really get to dive into the meat of Loki's character, and I think he benefited by not, having a character like Thor next to him for once, because like Thor, who like we had always seen as the good guy in comparison, we never really gotten to see Loki on his own and see like all the different layers there were to his character. I'm kind of with you. I think season 1 is a phenomenal season, and season 2 I like a little bit less, but with how it ends, with him essentially giving up his, him essentially putting his life on line to be, like the new, like, what do they call it? Like guardian of the timeline, or whatever the term is that they use. I think that ended off really well. So overall, I'd probably put it in A.
He Who Remains. That's the word you're looking for.
Yeah.
S. I don't think there's a bad episode of Loki. Loki is hands down the best Disney Plus show that Marvel ever produced. I think there is nothing wrong. That first season is so excellent. I love it so much. Sophia De Martino as Sylvie is an all-timer performance for me. I fucking pray to God she's in Avengers Doomsday. I love that character so much, and I'm sorry, Serenity, but this is my jam right here. I fucking love Loki. And then season 2, where they have that conversation with He Who Remains again about basically like
the cheeseburger.
Burger.
That's a funny analogy.
Yeah.
But it's like that second season where he literally saves everyone. Like he goes from being a selfish, narcissistic trickster god to literally holding the multiverse together for glorious
I gotta give you that. I cannot wait to see how he is introduced in Doomsday.
Dude,
I cannot wait.
If Doom is aiming to destroy the
it's good,
multiverse, if Doom is aiming to destroy the multiverse, that puts him on a literal crash course with Loki, and I am terrified to see what happens in that situation, because it's going to be a reverse of when Loki killed Coulson at IMO. It's going to be a fucking reverse of that. I'm going to cry.
And like also a reverse of when Loki confronted Tony Stark.
Yeah. Yep.
And Serenity, yes, WandaVision was goated.
Yes.
So, Ronan, where are you placing it?
S tier for me as well.
S-tier?
I mean, to me, WandaVision and Loki are the best Marvel shows, including X-Men 97. They're the best Marvel shows they put out, and I think they've been, besides Guardians 3, Eternals, Deadpool, Wolverine, and now Thunderbolts, and the holiday special, they've been the best things that Marvel's put out post Endgame. And I would put both specials in there as well. To me, Loki, just from an aesthetic point of view, the sets, the production, like I could literally have done a series just to TVA and just see what else is mucking up.
I would have loved that, bro. I would have loved that. I would have loved that.
And I
also the variant, like it's right there in the picture. President Loki.
Yeah.
Richard E. Grant, all the variants of Loki were fucking great. Obviously Sylvie was great, but she's my favorite variant. But like you had Kid Loki, Boastful Loki, Old Loki, and President Loki. I was just like, dude, this is
the
Marvel
lizard
comics.
one too.
Alligator,
or alligator, yeah.
The best version of the multiverse displayed in the MCU in my opinion. And I like Deadpool
100%.
Wolverine a lot, but to me, Loki nailed it. Of like,
I think in televised form, yeah, I think Multiverse of Madness kind of takes that cake a little bit. Though Deadpool and Wolverine, okay, yeah, it's
yeah,
We'll
like
get to Deadpool and Wolverine. We're gonna get
because Loki, it shows you the multiverse, and yet it doesn't just do the ooh it just goes, there's stakes at it when you mess with this. And I hope that that vibe is in Doomsday and Secret Wars. I hope that they're like, all right, we did really good with Loki, let's look at that blueprint and see what we have to not even duplicate, just like what we have to honor and make sure we're following through, because if we're connecting all the stuff, if this is the multiverse saga, we have to have that as a key component, in my opinion. And I really hope that there's a great moment between some of the OG Avengers and like some of the Avengers that have come before this new age, these past few phases, and they meet Loki, and they're like, whoa, and him be like, no, fellas, I know, I'm on your side. I swear to you, like talk to Thor, and like I hope there's that cool moment of like, we've hated you for a while, and now you're helping us, and it's just like, you have to work with the one guy that was the bane of the reason why y'all came together in the first place. The reason why there's an Avengers in the first place was because of what Loki brought as danger, and so
because nobody except for Thor saw Loki die.
Loki S tier, and it's one that like I have the first season on Blu-ray, and I can't wait to get the season 2 on Blu-ray.
For me, I love the series, both seasons. I thought Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson killed it, because like I really like their dynamic between each other. And obviously, like Phil mentioned, like you got different variants. I thought that was pretty cool to see the different variants, and for a TV show doing a multiversal type of thing, I think personally they knocked it out of the park. So I also think that if they did a third season, I think even a third season would be pretty cool to do in the future. I also think as well, like the story element, you kind of feel for Loki throughout both seasons. Like you get to see his progression from a villain sort of thing into becoming like the guy that basically saves the multiverse, right? So it's like I think that's pretty cool. So if I had to give this in the rating, I have to give this an S, without a shadow, without an S.
That's fair. So it's going in S. The S is win. It's going in that.
All right.
Okay.
And also the theme song. Can we just talk about the theme song real quick?
Natalie Holt. Oh my god. Natalie Holt's score for this.
The theme song is goated. Like
Natalie Holt's entire score for the show was fucking goated.
Yeah.
Without question.
Oh yeah.
Ragu coming in with some news. Hope Summers in the future for X-Men 97 is voiced by Gates McFadden from Star Trek.
The new generation.
Chillmonger. The environment of the WandaVision era was S tier. Facts. Some kid just bit my daughter in the face. That means she likes him.
What?
Okay.
Loki. Daren says Loki season 2, a top M5 MCU project for him.
I can see that. That's in my top 10 probably.
Maybe his vote would count more if he would quit his job like I asked him to.
Loki is my number 5. Loki is my number 5. Yeah.
My S tier, not counting animation, because X-Men will be there, is just WandaVision and Agatha. Everything else just can't compare in my eyes from my personal taste, so they have to be A tier or less. That's fair. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I have a really deep love of females magic trauma work, sitcoms, television, as far as how they are made, and they captured all the things that make each genre they tackled. Like episode 1 and 2 of WandaVision were so spot on. Homages to Bewitched, and they definitely were. Yeah. They killed that. They killed that. I still remember watching WandaVision and having to avoid. Bro, those leaks was crazy.
Yeah.
So the upfronts are going on right now. So yeah, a lot of information is dropping.
Yep.
Loki is truly now the god of stories. Yep.
Yes, he is.
Daren, my parents are shopping. Not sure if I can get that.
Oh,
Well,
man.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna be combining the tier list into one long ass video. So yeah,
There you go.
Hey, that'll give you an additional upload too.
yeah, and he's gonna be there. And Daren's gonna be in that. So next up on the list, just gonna drop that. Right.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah,
Actually, no, I'm gonna drop that right there.
yeah, for sure.
Secret Invasion is worse than Thor: Love and Thunder.
I don't know about that.
I
No,
don't
but
know
it's
if I
still-
agree- I
no,
don't know
but
if I
it's
agree with that.
No,
Nah.
but
Can I
still
stack
think-
them on top of each other? No.
I
I
wish.
I mean, God, you.
Listen, we should just move on because
Yeah.
we will just do nothing but trash the fuck out of this movie,
Yeah.
right? And
So
I don't want
what-
to spend time doing that.
So what if season 2? Or is that what if all together? Yeah, it's just what if
Yeah.
in general, right?
What if
That's
season 2 and 3 are part of Phase 4 and 5?
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. I didn't too much care for. I don't think my vote's gonna count. I didn't too much care for what if. Like I had it on as like background noise for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They had a lot of potential. I still think the best thing they ever did was that Doctor Strange episode in season
Yep.
1.
Yep.
I don't think they were able to surpass themselves after that.
And also the Captain Carter episode. I really, really love that one.
That's
as
the
well.
first
Yeah.
episode.
First
right?
one. Yep.
I liked of this season the new character they deliberately went out of their way to make for this show. Kahori.
Kahori.
She was cool. And I think while it's a little goofy, what's up, Todd?
Back.
I think it's a little goofy that, they had, the Hulk tried to cure himself, but then he ended up creating giant gamma kaiju monsters. And then, they all, like the whole kaiju mecha thing was cool in concept, but I think from an execution story writing standpoint, it kind of doesn't make that much sense. Because it's like, oh, Bruce Banner's going to try and cure himself. Oh, he accidentally made giant kaiju monsters in the process. It's just like, what?
And everybody has their own Gundam.
Right. And I was like, all right, I guess. Like, the Gundam aspect of it is cool, but the whole, like, oh, yeah, the OG Avengers all died fighting these things. I'm just like, okay, I guess.
It's like, all right.
Whatever.
Like the Avengers died. So like Sam just said, you know what? I'm gonna be Captain America.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Red Guardian was like, it is up to me to honor Black Widow.
And you know what? This is all we've seen of Shang-Chi since his movie.
I know.
The Shang-Chi episode though, the Shang-Chi and Hawkeye episode.
Yeah, that was
Kate
good.
Bishop, that was good. That was good. That was a
I
good
did
episode.
like also the episode where it was his dad and Hela.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when Wu and Hela, that one was fun.
Yeah.
And, like, as an X-Men fan, I was glad to hear Alston Seeley Smith is storming another project, but...
That episode just came out of nowhere though. Like it was no build up. Like
that in turn already puts X-Men 92, 97 inside the Marvel multiverse.
Yeah.
Canonically.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah. Because of the fact Alison Seeley Smith voices Storm in that episode.
Yeah.
It basically kind of establishes that, like, somewhere in the multiverse, X-Men 97 is canonical to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, more or less.
Yeah. And
In a weird roundabout way. I don't know. I go C, personally.
C. That's I'd say C. Yeah.
I'm go C as well.
I'm
Ronan?
gonna give it Ronan. Go on.
I would go C as well. Like, to me, and I hope again you're doing the what if like stuff like the multiverse. Please bring back Captain Carter, Haley Atwell, and give her a script that she can do something with in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like, honor that.
She actually just spoke about that.
She did.
I think
Yep.
like
She did.
today.
This had so much potential, but they just didn't live up to it.
That episode made me sad. I wasn't watching X-Men 97.
Felt
Okay, so
that, Darren. Felt that.
Deadpool and Wolverine is S tier for me. I love this movie. I might be biased, but I did get to see it with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Right.
I did get to watch this in Hall H with a whole bunch of screaming fans and being hype and like just soaking it all in. So this is S tier for me. This is S tier for me. Like I'm biased.
No, I mean that's completely valid, Lance. I mean, you got you you have these two big names, like you have Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman finally getting a proper movie together after all this time. And, like, not only was this, Hugh Jackman's return as Wolverine, this was also, like saying goodbye, or at least, a temporary goodbye, at least to a side of that Fox era. We're going to be seeing more of that in Doomsday.
I wouldn't say a goodbye more than I'd say it's more of a thank you than it is a goodbye, personally.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to phrase it. But, you get just a lot of great character interactions between the two. I mean, and this is one weird complaint that I just can't get behind with this movie. They say that, it doesn't really have that much of a story. I was like, that's not really true. You can say it doesn't have like an overarching thing for the universe as a whole, but the story, quote unquote, for this is carried in the character arcs. The arc that Logan has of, accepting like who he is as a hero, feeling worthy of wearing that suit again, feeling like an X-Man, and then Wade, just kind of trying to find a purpose, which is, like something that a lot of people can, relate to at a point in their life, is trying to find their own purpose in the world. This is one of the movies that was not afraid at all to go in full on the comic book aspect of things. I mean, just that Wolverine montage alone, I was giddy watching that. You got the returns, you got, Wesley Snipes' Blade, who was definitely my favorite of those cameos, or I say cameos, but they were more supporting characters. Channing Tatum finally getting to play Gambit for not the last time, because he's coming back. Even somebody like Jennifer Garner's Elektra, I appreciate that they included her, that, her movie was not well regarded at all, but they didn't ignore it. And at the end of the day, they made something. I mean, you can debate how it works as a film, all you want to, but it was one of those event films that brought a lot of people together, and like that and X-Men 97 coming last year turned a lot of people I know that were not X-Men fans beforehand. It has slowly turned them into X-Men fans now. So yeah, I'm gonna give this movie an S.
Yeah, I co-sign with Lance and Jake. S tier. I've waited years to see Hugh Jackman in a comic accurate Wolverine suit. I didn't at all expect Blade to show up. That was a fucking great surprise.
Yeah.
Cassandra Nova is a really great villain too. I like her in X-Men lore. I think she's a great villain. Overall, like, this movie is just a fucking beautiful, well-made movie with the honest and truest intent, and it honors everything that comes before it, but it also goes out of its way to make nice with the MCU. And I don't say that in a negative way. It's just like, you get what you want, but not in the way you think. Like, yes, Deadpool and Wolverine are now integrated into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even if they may not be on the sacred timeline. But we know that they're going to probably be there at some point.
Yeah.
So overall, again, like, just from a technical perspective, like, this is an excellently well-made movie. The action is top tier. That fucking van fight and conversation between Hugh and Ryan Reynolds is an all-timer. Straight up, Deadpool and Wolverine is S tier without question.
And it doesn't at all get rid of the finality of Logan.
Nope. Makes fun of it.
Daren, how dare you? But okay.
Okay, Daren. Ronan?
You're right.
I think I would go.
You're right.
I think I would go S tier as well. I have seen some sense of like, well, maybe Deadpool 1 is more deeper and its message one, which I'm like, sure, I can see that. But I remember my worry going into it, just like, is there something else Hugh can do with the character that doesn't take away from Logan and still makes it its own thing? And I appreciate that was, the worst Wolverine, and with the yellow suit and what that means. And it was a blast. I'm telling you, man, it was stressful as fuck watching it the first time. Phil knows my story about how I watched it the first time, but like, it was stressful trying to watch it. But when I watched it, man, it was just bliss. It had been a while since I had yelled in the movie theater auditorium, yelling yes, yes, yes. when as soon as he puts his hand behind his back and he's pulling the cow up, I was just like, holy shit balls. I have lived long enough to see when he didn't have that, when they weren't pushing for that, and when that was just a daydream. It was just a daydream that they might do that. And I'll never forget, like, again, S tier for the movie, but I'll never forget him being on with Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon being like, this is what the fans want. And he put out a photo of Cal Dodd's Wolverine from Taz, and then a photo of Hugh right next to him. And I was just like, this is fucking real. This is fucking real.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I agree. I liked what they did with Cassandra Nova, and personal favorite of mine. I love seeing Patch for a quick minute. That was.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope as shit.
So for me, it's an S.
What's up, Laura?
For me, it's an S. Also, the fact that the score was well done for the film. Like, there was a lot of things that dynamic for this film. The Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds really killed it. You know, the dynamic between them was really cool. And we also got the Cavalrine. How can everyone forget about that? The Cavalrine was in this as well, which was pretty cool to see. Also, obviously, Patch, and also to kind of see like the little what made me laugh was the little Logan, the 5'3" Logan.
Comic accurate.
Yeah. That was
Did
cool.
they do Age of Apocalypse? Was that the one that was missing the hand?
Yep. They did Age of Apocalypse, and then they did the John Byrne cover with Hulk.
And then Old Man Logan,
And Old Man Logan,
the ex-crucifixion one.
Yep. 251.
All of that. That was so cool. I think also the cameos were great, from Gambit to Elektra to even X-24 is just great. By the way, is Elektra canon now? Can we classify that as canon?
It's part of the. To me, it's part of when they did that movie. That broke a lot of the multiverse and saying like a lot of stuff in the past is canon.
Yeah.
Those FF movies from the past, they are canon. So like,
yeah.
And nobody mentioned this they brought Chris Evans back.
Yeah,
Johnny Storm.
Yeah, which was a surprise. And yeah, I just think it's straight up an S. And everything about this film, I went to see it twice and I loved it. So
But you were tired. I don't like you. You never did.
You never did. oh, I'm sorry about the Daredevil. Oh, that's fine.
To me, another deep one was the I haven't seen Sling Blade in a while. Hit me again, and I was just I was like, wow.
Good God.
No, that's what I would tell people going into this movie. It's like the more you know about all the stuff that went on behind the scenes, and like the more comic knowledge you know, and like all that jazz.
The divorce line.
That
shit
was only one blade.
Wild.
The more you know about that, the more you'll enjoy the movie. But not knowing all that stuff doesn't prevent you from enjoying the movie.
Dude, the divorce line was like,
whoa! Both divorce lines.
Yeah.
Damn.
Plus that blade line. There's only one.
I can lightly tap the fourth wall too. The proposal.
Oh my God!
And then Nice Pool just gets blown to shit. Oh God!
Right. I mean,
Serenity.
I think Hugh Jackman even said, like going into this, that he wanted to make like a planes, trains, and automobiles type comic movie, and you can see that just in between the banter of these two. I mean, because that car scene is like ripped right from the scene where Steve Martin goes off on John Candy in Planes, Trains, Automobiles. It's like clear as day that was the influence.
This movie might have my favorite fourth wall breaking moment, where like he's like, "Suck it, fucks! I'm going to Disneyland." Yeah, that might be my favorite like fourth wall breaking moment. I was just like,
wow. How can we forget about
Suck
that?
It, Fox! I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah. No,
So,
the one thing that got me too was like all of that. He's like,
I showed you guys. I bought this movie recently, right?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was out, bro. Like, I gotta get it. I have to get it. I didn't know it was out.
I'm disappointed I didn't get the Wolverine Steelbook, but hey, I'd rather just own the movie. I'm happy with that.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
but next up is Guardians 3. I think that's a
okay.
I put it in. I loved the Rocket stuff. I just did not love the Adam Warlock stuff.
The Rocket stuff alone, at best, puts it in B. for me.
I would go S. That is
I go A.
I'm hovering between A and B right now because I do really love the Rocket stuff. He was always my favorite Guardian, so like showing that bit of backstory for him I really liked. But not only the Adam Warlock stuff that brought this down.
Well,
I also did not like Gamora in this movie either. I wasn't a fan of how they handled her character. I was like,
I never liked the new Gamora. I never liked the alternate timeline Gamora.
I will say that I think Chukwudi Iwuji's High Evolutionary was a fucking bright spot in this movie.
Yeah.
He was easily the best villain they've ever faced.
Oh yeah, because the rest were either unmemorable or just not good.
I like Ronan for Lee Pace, but yeah, they could have done more with that one.
I liked Ronan, but in the sense of like how he was more or less just jokey cannon fodder. I like that he came back and got Marvel, but the fact that he went out by a dance move and then the Infinity Stone, I was like, that's kind of lame. And then the villain of 2 was Kurt Russell, and I was like, well, this is a waste of time and a waste of an actor.
Yeah. That same sort of stupid humor that you threw onto Drax earlier, they did it to Ego in this movie too.
Right. And then you get to this, and the beautiful thing about the High Evolutionary is he's just a sadistic fuck. He doesn't care. He did all of this to Rocket because he could and wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, depending on the movie and story you're telling, sometimes just having a bastard as a villain is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think Chukwudi Iwuji, he embodied that really well, and they really went out of their way to try and make the High Evolutionary look as accurate as they could have, minus the metal face, which I was fine with. I didn't care. I actually liked how it's in the third act, and he fucking loses his shit on one of the subordinates. There is no God! There is only me! Like, he just gives this massive egotistical fucking speech of why he is the bad guy. And I was like, in any other movie with any other villain, that could have come off as two-dimensional, lame,
flat,
predictable, flat. But he gave that fucking soul, and it was beautiful, damn it. And he was just an excellent villain. So I guess by that point, as much as I fucking hate dimwit Adam Warlock, I would probably put it in like B plus A minus territory.
I'll give James Gunn credit for this. I have my criticisms with him, but I never expected to watch a comic movie and cheer whenever Rocket Raccoon said, "I'm Rocket Raccoon." I never expected to feel giddy when those kind of moments happened.
Also, I think, and I don't know if we're gonna go down a road doing that, but like, I think what I appreciated that like he made me emotional, and the stakes were high, and yeah, at the end of it, spoilers for anybody who has not seen it, nobody died. Well, and probably even the sadder thing is that they all went their ways. They all had to go figure things out. Like, to me, Rocket going to Raccoon Heaven for a quick, and that always gets me. But like, to me, the part that really, really hits on for me is when Quill, after he survives and says goodbye to Gamora, he says, "I gotta talk to you guys." And he says, "You going away?" He's like, "Yeah, I have to figure some stuff out." Like that, and that piece of music always gets me. And I think for the Guardians, 3 for 3 for soundtracks. Like, because of this movie, I found out who the Flaming Lips were. Because of this movie, I have "Do You Realize" in my playlist like over and over again. Like, it is, to me, it was a great bookend to this trilogy, and I'm so glad that like he came back to finish this, because remember, folks, he went through some like there was a dark time when like shit hit the fan of his connectivity with the Guardians, and luckily he came back to finish it. And I agree. Like, to me, the Adam Warlock stuff is my least favorite part of the movie. I love I love the moment of like there's a button in the car, press it. Okay, now what? Open the fucking door. And I just like, oh
yeah.
But I think even when they go to that one squid location to get information of Rocket's history, I like that sequence as well. And also shout out to I think we'll talk about it later, but like shout out to Mantis and where she's gone from to the Holiday Special to now, and especially and also Nebula. Like
Nebula, yeah.
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 So for me, I have to give this a C. For me, I didn't feel great. I also didn't feel bad for it. I thought some of the scenes were good. Some of them it wasn't. The Adam Warlock thing, I just didn't feel for, and like I get what James Gunn was trying to do, and you know, props were props due when it came down to the whole rocket thing. So that's the good thing, but obviously the bad thing was the Adam Warlock and just like you know that zoom in scene that when he's flying that kind of trips me a little bit. So, but yeah, give it a C.
C.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're all in agreement. Like,
Minus Claudia.
I said S tier. I said S tier.
I think it'll be fair to put it in B because I think we got one S. I said like A. Jake,
I said B. I said B plus A minus.
B plus A minus.
I said B.
Well, B outvotes anyway. So
Chat, what you think? We're gonna let the chat break it.
Oh no.
okay.
Well, you know, Darren's gonna put it in S.
Darren said S. With
Yeah, he already did.
With the shouting
well.
emojis. Let's just say A. And
All right.
Okay. That's
A
fair.
would be
Yeah, I
fair.
can
A
agree.
would be fair.
That sounds better.
Also, I'm in the thinking that whoever does do the next take on Adam Warlock with Will Poulter will say that all he had to do was just do a little growing and maturing a little bit, and we can get a good take on the character. But him being just born, I get it to an extent, but at the same time, that's James Gunn's niche. Like I said before, do I think Superman will have these moments in it? No, I think the character for that will just be Crypto. But I think, especially from what we've seen from the trailer, you see Superman hugging his dad, and you have people talking about, "Oh my God, this is emotional, jokey crap." Hugging his dad and crying is emotional, jokey crap. Okay.
The grandpa thing like broke me up. Like that was. Oh,
Yeah, man. Peter Strauss is a great actor.
But I also echo Lance's sentiments where I'm like, please have a good conversation between the actors because now you have Adam Warlock and you have Sentry in your universe. They can't be the same thing, and yet they have to be both.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I think Sentry whoops the fucking shit out of this version of Adam Warlock 10 Ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
Sure, but what I mean is still like if you're gonna build up this character more, make sure you're not doing the same thing as you're doing with Sentry. And
Sure.
vice versa.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
So next up, Shang-Chi. I'm gonna let you know right now, outside of the CGI dragons and that post-credit scene will most likely get resolved in Avengers Doomsday. This is a S for me. I loved this movie.
Are you just keeping all your things short and sweet?
Yeah, because we're crunched for time.
Yeah,
fair enough. I really liked this one. It was kind of a return to a film genre that like got me into these films as a whole. Like they brought back that like kind of Hong Kong martial arts type thing that you saw in comic book movies like Blade, but also loved the just the tone and overall aesthetic of this movie. I thought was really strong. I thought Simu Lee was really compelling as a lead. Michelle Yeoh thought was great in this. It resolved the really bad Mandarin stuff from Iron Man 3. And like I said, or like Lance said, apart from that bit with the third act with that CGI dragon, if they would have just stuck to having it be more of a hand-to-hand thing, because that fit in with what the movie was up until that point, because that third act battle just kind of felt like it wasn't anything that it was leading to, just kind of came out of nowhere. I'll give it an A because the third act kind of brings it down a little bit, but I do still really like it.
It's okay to be wrong, Jake.
Yeah, no, you're wrong all the time.
Thanks. I can't log into my letterbox because I fucked up, so I'm trying to. There's my ranking. Okay, I have Shang-Chi in my... What the fuck is it? God damn it. I thought I had it in my top 10. Oh, okay. It's been bumped down a few because of a couple other projects. It is in my top 15. So, I have it below Loki, but I also have it above the Marvels and a bunch of other shit. I'm gonna go A. I think the best way I said it back when I watched it initially, I thought Shang-Chi was the best update to the Iron Man blueprint for the MCU, if that makes any sense to anyone listening. I think overall, it's a really great story, really great characters, some, for the most part, stunning visuals, and the action is just fucking absolute precision. It's beautiful. It's really, really well done, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Destiny Daniel Cretton does with that with Spider-Man. So I'm going A.
Tells me I'm wrong, even though we have the same ranking.
Fuck you.
You would.
I would go A or B for me. I liked it. I think that Simu Liu is a great addition to the MCU, and I can't wait to see him interact with other characters. To me, his father was the highlight. Like he really did a great work with that movie. And I liked the tease at the end with post-credit scene. I think that was cool. You know, hopefully they deliver on that in the Avengers movies. And yeah, I grew up with Rush Hour and all these stuff, so it was cool to feel some of that vibe again. But it didn't. You know, I think maybe the third act was just, I guess, too much CG for me here and there. But doesn't take away the fact that I want to see more of Shang-Chi, and I think there's a lot of more potential with this character. And yeah, I think by now, for the character, he should have gotten a sequel before Avengers, but I know Simu was injured for a little bit. And he recently just got engaged to his girlfriend, so congrats to him.
Yep.
But yeah, I think A or B for me. I like it, but it didn't blow me away.
She's about to be getting that one ring.
I agree with Ronan and Phil, but I give it an A because of it reminds me so much of the Jackie Chan, Rush Hour, and it also definitely reminds me of Cobra Kai a little bit as well with the action.
Yeah.
With the karate and whatnot. But yeah, if I had to give it, it's an A, straight up for me.
So did we all say A?
Yeah, we all said A.
I think it's fair to put it. Yeah. Everybody said A except me. I feel like that's a running theme for me being black, but I'll leave it alone.
Jesus Christ.
Next up, Spider-Man: No Way Home. I still love this movie, but I'll give it an A.
All right.
I'll give it an A because for me, like, Max Dillon never knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. It's some inconsistencies within that, but I loved seeing all the OG villains back, especially Jamie. Yeah.
Jake?
I give it an A.
I mean, I love this movie to bits. It just felt like a celebration of, Spider-Man as a character, and what should have been the movie that put an end to the fandom saying, oh, this version's better, that version's better. This movie showed that each version has their things that make them great. Seeing all those old villains return was really good, and it kind of made some characters better than they were in their previous films. Like, made Jamie Foxx a lot better than he was in Amazing Spider-Man 2, in my opinion. And even though there were some inconsistencies with the rules that they said, hey, all these people died, fighting Spider-Man, even though Lizard and Sandman didn't die. But regardless, thought that Peter's arc in this movie of, is not so much about what the fans always, want to say it is. It's like, oh, his arc is becoming Spider-Man. No, he was always Spider-Man. His arc is just that he became an independent hero, and he, a lot of that is brought forward through not only the death of Aunt May, but also, those other two Spider-Men, telling him about their experiences, what made them who they are, and they don't want him to be consumed by that darkness that made them go down their darkest paths. And obviously all the fan service moments in the third act, those moments between Peter and Otto, love those. The moment between, where you have Andrew Garfield saving MJ, and then, Willem Dafoe is the lead in this, just cranks it up to 11 from how his performance was in the first Spider-Man film. I mean, he was great back then. He just enhanced all of it this time around. And, I think Doctor Strange was also served his role really well in this, paved the way for Multiverse of Madness very nicely. I guess the one thing that you could say is like a problem is the bit at the end with Tom Hardy was a little bit stupid looking back, but overall, this is one of my favorite films in the MCU, not only because of all the fan service stuff, but because of what it does for Peter as a character. So I'm going to give it an S for that reason.
This is my number one movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I give it an S. I pretty much co-sign everything Jake just said. I really love that there was a lot of redemption going on for Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I love that I was right about something that made me very emotional. A friend of mine, months before the movie had come out, who me and him were going back and forth, and he was like, who do you think's going to die in the movie? I think it's going to be MJ or Ned. And I said, no, it's going to be Aunt May. And he goes, really? You think so? I said, I bet you donuts to fucking dollars they're going to kill Aunt May in this movie. And sure enough, I was right. And I hate that I was right because I know full well the fact, like, why I was right, because I know full well that, like, since Ben hadn't been, like, predominantly shown, they were going to have to do some variant of, great power comes great responsibility. And what happens comes from Aunt May. And it's like, God damn it, John Watts. God damn it, Kevin Feige. You fuckers knew full well what you were doing with these three movies. But that whole third act with all three of the Spider-Men is just unforgettable. The Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 3 bit, unforgettable, amazing, spectacular, ultimately, you name it. Any Spider-Man pun I can make, I will make. Like, dude, when Andrew pulls them in the sandstorm and says, I love you guys, that's how I want Spider-Man fans to be about this shit. And fortunately, they're not for the most part, but, there are some decent ones like this fuckhead above me. But
love you too, buddy.
This movie means so much to me because it came at the end of the year my grandmother passed away, and she was in many ways my Aunt May. And so when I saw that happen in the theater, like, yeah, I was a fucking blubbering mess, and I felt really bad for the people sitting around me. Like, I genuinely love this movie, flaws and all. Like, yeah, I agree that, like, the ending bit with Venom is a little too tacked on and doesn't quite make sense, but it gives you that glimmer of hope of, like, oh, hopefully Tom Holland can wear a fucking black symbiote suit somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Whether it's true or not.
S tier.
I'll go A for me. I really liked it. I think it's another great love letter to Spider-Man fans and the character itself. I think, to me, an image that always stayed in my mind is when MJ tells Tom, and, like, there's some people here you need to talk to. And he just gets up and he looks up, and there's these two figures holding on like a thing, and then the music kicks in, and I'm like, holy shit. And that rooftop scene, that's the thing that made it for the movie for me. And I lost Gwen. She was my MJ, and, like, I like that even at the end there was still this grounded element of, like, Peter choosing what the responsibilities he had to carry. To me, what hurts this movie, in my opinion, is not even stuff in the movie itself, although there's criticism to be had if you want to look into it. A lot of stuff leaked before this movie came out, and I felt bad for the crew and the cast behind it, because a lot of shit was leaking, and I was just like, well, we practically know almost what's going to happen and who's going to be in it, and that was sad to experience and in time. But still, I think that it was a nice little, like, appetizer from, like, this is what the multiverse we could do with the multiverse. And I think for the most part they honored the past of Spider-Man. So let's see if they can echo this sentiment in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Okay, guys, we gotta pick it up so we can knock the rest of these out.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it an S straight off the bat. Everything was great. and the score and everything, and just reminds me of the old, old movies. And I gotta say, the dynamic between the three Spider-Mans is just amazing. So I'll just leave it at that.
Hello, you hot saucy piece of meat.
Daren, you spelled deer wrong.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
he
spelled
did.
deer wrong.
I was like, oh, let me get in here. It's A point. We can move on.
Hey, so are we? So we're A.
No, I said S. I said S.
S.
I said S.
Yeah.
So it's
I
more
think
S's
mainly-
than A's.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so S tier it is. Spider-Man and Deadpool. The Guardian special is an S for me. I love the Guardian special. That's all I gotta say.
Same.
I loved it.
I love
Yeah.
Paul Clemente as Mantis.
A.
I'm gonna say A as well.
And
I'll
I
throw
would
it in
say
A
that
too.
because I like this more than all three Guardians movies.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm giving it an A as well. So
I
Great
think
new
the
thing to
A-
add to the Christmas holidays.
So
Yeah.
A.
I'll give it A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoki with the little twerking of the book. All I'm gonna say, she was. I don't know how she was. She was moist this entire film. Like
She was or you were?
As she
she
should.
was tearing
Both.
it up, boy.
Right.
Both.
I've
No.
never seen a more superhero show that was like this horny. Like,
Oh, Jessica Jones is horny as hell. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah, but from Marvel Studios specifically,
That's true.
She-Hulk,
That's true.
She-Hulk takes the cake.
yeah.
And
You're
I can't believe people were mad at seeing She-Hulk twerking. I'm like, that is almost like the closest thing to the comics, and that's almost a gift to nerdom in my opinion. So shout out to Tatiana for twerking with
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan the
Yeah.
Stallion, yeah. That is like the least offensive thing the show did. If you ever want
Yeah.
to start that conversation,
good casting in my opinion.
Yeah,
The writing
great casting.
could have been better in the middle for me, but it has a great two last two episodes. Although the resolution in the ending
Yeah.
should have been better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
I didn't
A-
hate this show. I actually quite liked it
No.
a bit.
Yeah.
You know,
It had me in the beginning.
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a fun time. It's
Yeah.
it's a good fun time. Is it a little
Yeah.
expensive? Yeah. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like, look at the subject matter. You're dealing
Right.
with Hulk, Incredible. You're dealing with the Incredible Hulk, She-Hulk, the Abomination. You're turning other people into Hulks. Like, yeah, the budget was probably going to be a little high.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We got to see Matt Murdock in the yellow costume.
Hell
true.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
he,
episode was
he,
amazing.
he clapped them cheeks.
Oh
Give me
yeah,
that Billy Club.
he did the walk of shame on that CGI grass.
Fuck yeah, he did. Anyway,
So where we
B
putting
for
it?
me.
I put it A.
Yeah, I give it an A as well.
I'd go like C, maybe B.
I go B.
I'll say C. I had fun with it, but I'll say C. I didn't
Well,
hate
then
it.
by that,
I do want to see her again. I do want to see her in the MCU again.
kind of falls
Yeah.
into
Doomsday.
category B then.
So B.
Between the
Put it-
A's and the C's,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's in the middle.
Okay. Black Widow.
The look on your face was like,
Almost kind of like same thing. Now
I like the character work, but all in all, this was kind of a nothing burger for me.
It's kind of
And
like
I
the
hate to
Marvels
say
for
that.
me. It's kind of like the Marvels
Okay.
for me, where
I
like
gotta get this a C.
yeah, like I would go C or B. Like thank God they got Florence Pugh and David
Yeah.
Harbour in the movie.
Yeah.
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 I think.
And that's a great opening. I like the opening.
Yeah, I will give you that. I mean,
It's
Are we ever
creepy
gonna get
scenes.
anything into D?
Yeah.
I wonder.
the opening. I mean, those two were definitely. I think the highlights of the movie for me was Florence and David. If this movie would have came out, around the time it was supposed to, I probably would feel a little better about it.
Yeah.
But like it had solid action, some spotty CGI in the third act. They bastardized Taskmaster, but it was still like a fun action spy type movie. So I'll put it in C.
I like this more than I don't. I mean, obviously, like, listen, if you're claiming to be the biggest Taskmaster fan on the planet, you're fucking lying. Obviously, like the Taskmaster is a very unknown character unless you've played Marvel vs. Capcom or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way that anyone is like the biggest Taskmaster fan on the planet or whatever.
Right.
So like, was that character kind of underdeveloped and underutilized? Yes. Was the humor kind of hit miss? Yes. Was Florence Pugh the fucking scene stealer in this movie? Also, yes.
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 So it's like it's a good mixed bag with more good than bad, I think. So for me, I'm going B.
Okay, I'm giving it a B, by the way. So Same.
B. Oh,
It's a C for me.
C for me as well. Or yeah.
I wanted to love this movie so much, but
I think that's a tie between C's and B's.
No, I think there's more C's than there are B's.
Oh.
Because Jake, what did you say? C?
I said C.
Yeah, so Lance said C, Jake said C, I said B, Ronan said C.
I said C.
I said
Darren
B.
C. Yeah, it's two B's versus four C's. It's a C.
Okay. Werewolf by Night is S.
S. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've
watched it
Michael
twice.
Giacchino. So good. Well done on the direction.
Watched it twice in the same week. I haven't revisited it since because it's more of a Halloween project, definitely.
right.
But yeah, I
Check
think
out both the black and white and color version.
Yeah.
I did.
Just from the way it's put together, like just purely from a film TV making standpoint, I adore what this project did, and I want to see more stuff like it from more characters.
Yeah.
More
presentations, please.
Yes,
Do more
please.
of these.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get one next year with Punisher. So
Yep.
So
Yep.
S.
Yep.
Echo.
We already did it.
We
just
already
skipped
did
it.
Echo.
We already did Echo.
Oh,
I edited
yeah.
it twice, I guess.
okay.
oh yeah, that's right. Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
No, I was kidding.
I'd
It's
go
actually
A.
new event. Kidding.
I would go A.
We should rank Thunderbolts and New Avengers.
Damn it, Darren.
Do the same fucking thing, Darren.
No.
Thunderbolts. I give Thunderbolts a. I give it. I love the movie. I'm putting it an S. Hot take.
It's in my top 10. I got to give it an S too.
I'm giving it an S.
I'm giving an S
It
as well.
sucked my emotions
Wow.
dry.
Yeah.
You know what? I was debating back and forth between S and A, but I mean, I really can't think of any like glaring issues that I have with it. You know, tackled a lot of stuff that is very near and dear to not only me, but I'm sure a lot of people watching this and a lot of people who went and watched the movie. Tackled a lot of mental health issues. No other MCU movies really had the balls to do something like that, at least to that degree. So, yeah, I'll give it an S actually.
All right, so S.
It's pretty
Oh,
telling.
crap.
That,
What
like,
did I just do? I just dropped
You
it in
put
D.
I'd give it like a high A, but S is fine.
It's
I'm
funny
not-
because like
Same.
4 of the projects in S ranking are in my top 10 of the MCU. Loki, Deadpool, Wolverine, No Way Home, and Thunderbolts.
Well, guys,
That's the just like really quickly. That's the thing about Phase 4 and 5 that
go
makes it
ahead,
so funny.
handsome devil.
That's so funny because it's like, yes, there's inconsistencies, but when they hit, when they are good, they're like some of the best they've ever put out.
Yeah, and that's exactly how it was in the first, 3 phases too. Like, yeah, there
That's
were some
true.
hits, but the highs were high.
Yeah, and the lows were low.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lance, go ahead.
No, I blew up the wrong screen. Jesus, trying to blow up the tier list, guys. We have made it to the end of the MCU tier ranking. It only took us 3 weeks.
Three weeks, but the 3 weeks were worth it.
They were worth it.
Fun.
Yeah.
They were worth
Now
it.
let's do 1, 2, 3.
This is the Party Nation ranking for Marvel for the MCU phases 4 and 5. I think it's fair. Nothing really hit D. Only 3 projects in F.
Yeah.
This is pretty fair. I think this is pretty fair. I want to thank all of my guests for today. Thank you, Darren, for being in the chat majority of the time, but thank you for stopping in. I will be uploading like the whole tier as like one long video.
Mega stream. Yeah.
Mega-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Video.
Mega,
Yeah, the mega
Big
premiere.
upload.
Yeah.
That's probably
Super
gonna be rendering.
You
for a
should
long time.
title it Mega MCU ranking phase 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Probably about
Yeah.
3 hours.
And then Lance, you
It
said the next-
literally it will be 3 hours.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting anything out. I'm not
No,
cutting
don't.
nothing out.
And you've said the next list is going to be for the next week.
Yes. So
right.
next week we will be ranking DC TV shows, like live action DC television shows. We'll be starting that ranking. I want to have a ranking in every stream because we don't have much. It's like nothing to review right now anyway.
Right,
So this
yeah.
gives us something to
Yeah.
do, and it's fun hearing everybody's different opinions. So yeah.
I'm just glad that I checked with you on where we were going to start that ranking at. I was like, how far back do you want to go?
Oh yeah, because it's a lot. And
Yeah.
guys, I'm ending the poll. The winning one was Phil. We spoke it into existence yesterday. They want us to revisit Degrassi in a bonus stream.
Good.
So yeah, we will be planning a extra bonus stream. It'll probably land on, because honestly, we had a good turnout for a Monday. For a Monday afternoon, we had a good turnout, and it was fun. Like, we were on for like almost the same amount of time. It was fun.
Yep.
So yeah, we will be revisiting Degrassi in a bonus stream. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know about all that news. But thanks everybody for joining in. We're gonna wrap it up. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Superman trailer. But not only that, if you're in this chat, if you're in this stream, watch Ironheart. I'm not gonna let Marvel like just bury these characters.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna let that happen. If they do it with Ironheart, they're gonna end up doing it with Wonder Man. Okay, I'm not for that. They're like subconsciously doing it and thinking we don't see it, but we see it. So yeah. Before we go, let me know what you guys got going this week. Council is tomorrow. Council of Creators is tomorrow. Ranger Nation is having the first live stream.
Yeah.
First live stream on Sunday. Finishing up. We're trying to finish up season. God, oh my goodness, it's so bad.
Happening?
We're trying to finish season 1 of Mighty Morphin, but we'll be done with it on Sunday. So that will be a live stream. So everybody tune in for that. The first ever live stream for Ranger Nation.
I still have 19 episodes to
I'm in like 40. I'm like on like 45 or something. Bro, Billy being scared of fish is what's killing me. Like, out of all things, you're scared of fish. We'll talk about that. But what does everybody else have going this week, Jake?
So this week I have my next Arkham ranking coming. I've got the ongoing Jack and Daxter Let's Play that I'm doing. We've got our next character costumes video. Our last one was Iron Man. Our next one up is Deathstroke. I'm going to be looking to get Secrets of Arkham reintegrated into my main uploads. I'm going to have my reaction to the Superman teaser tomorrow. Probably Ironheart too, if I can get it in there. Then I've got my own series on Sundays. You can catch me on Jake's Lost Levels at 7 p.m. Eastern, where I get all my PS4 game data back. This coming Sunday is going to be into the Skyrim stream. So yeah, you can catch me there on Sundays, here on Tuesdays, and Council on Wednesdays.
Okay. Phil?
I am in the process of scripting my next thing. It's going to be something Batman related. I was actually featured on another show last night. That'll go live in a couple weeks, according to my buddy Phil. Yeah, it was 2 Phils in a pod. Funny enough. I have my show Friday, Phil, where we're probably going to be talking about a lot of this shit, including the Superman trailer, Ironheart. Ronan's fucking dead at that. That's great.
As soon as he said that, you said there's 2 pills in a pod, and then someone just said Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, that's the podcast title. 2 pills in a pod.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I thought that's what it was called at first. I was like, oh, that's great.
There were plenty of Philly puns going on last night, let me tell you.
I was thinking that, Daren.
I've got, I'm here every Tuesday. I'm here on Council every Wednesday. My show every Friday. I'm probably going to be on the Vodka stream as well. More than likely will, because we're all going to be talking about Superman. I'm scripting my next thing. My finally getting back into Pokemon Silver after working on that giant Avengers video I did. I'll probably be finishing Pokemon Silver here pretty soon, so I got to figure out what game I'm going to be doing next after that. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I haven't quite decided yet. Vero Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, Unfiltered, fuck Twitter.
Daren?
Daren Sanctuary on YouTube. Got after the credits, I got Pipeline on Thursday, which features potentially 2 of the gentlemen here on the panel. Second channel stuff, I'm revamping what I want to do with that channel, but I'm cooking up some things. I'm very excited to see where they go. Thanks for having me for these 5 minutes I was here.
My pleasure, man.
That's all Daren needed.
Okay, you guys can check me out on YouTube at Taladia Plays. What I've got coming up is the Absolute Reports, as I'll be covering Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, and then I'll be doing my trailer reaction as well to the Superman trailer 1. That'll be going up tomorrow.
Be careful.
What do you mean?
I'm not trusting no more trailers right now. I'm not trying to get hit with strikes.
Oh, don't worry. I got it covered. Don't worry. I got it ready. Don't worry. Also, I'll be doing some gaming as well on Twitch. So I'm thinking about doing Star Wars maybe, or maybe jumping into Dragon Ball's what's it called? Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and doing the DLC.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'll be doing that, and yeah, you can find me on here, Party Nation. I'll be on Council tomorrow. So yeah.
Sweet. Dearest Ronan.
You can find me at Ronan Unchained on YouTube on all the socials. Tonight we're wrapping up coverage of Andor season 2. Depending on where I'm at, either tomorrow or on Thursday or maybe in the weekend, we'll do a stream talking about Andor's finale and a little bit of Tales of the Underworld. Drop some of those reactions for that. Last of Us is down to its last 2 weeks, so that's sad but exciting at the same time. And I'm slowly but surely hunting down what's the next thing to cover. And again, there's been stuff I've been baking in the background, like covering stuff from anime and manga. And be on the lookout for these next few months. It'll be interesting, especially in July. If you're a nerd, you want to tune into the channel, there's a lot of funky, crazy stuff that's gonna happen.
We're all gonna be busy as hell.
I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna be busy as.
But thank you for everyone who contributed to the super chats and everything. Y'all really been coming in clutch the past couple of weeks, and I just want everybody to know I appreciate you. I appreciate the chat, and we are Daren's.
Daren's just like.
I'll see everybody later. I gotta go make sure I warm up dinner before my wife gets back from this rehearsal with the kids.
It's morphin time.
Yes. Oh, on Sunday it'll be Ranger Nation time. I can't wait to rant.
Fuck yeah.
Tomorrow.
Are you okay, Daren?
Tomorrow.
Okay, Daren.
Yes, tomorrow. Look up.
Look up.
Jake, not up a woman's skirt, bro.
Damn it.
Or up your hood.
Oh yeah, that either.
Phil, you gotta be more specific, man.
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, white boy.
We know what you're hiding under your bro. I have a
You act like I don't have spares, Phil.
I have a legitimate question, Jake.
Some are probably yellow.
What kind of mattress is that? It looks. What kind of mattress is that?
The kind you sleep on.
Like, do you have a box spring on your bed, or is it just a mattress?
No, that's the sheet's gray.
How big is the mattress?
Big enough to fit his fat ass on it.
No, I'm saying like not.
Given the
length.
dimensions.
I mean, like the.
Like,
You need to pull a Johnny and just lay down on it to give everyone an idea of how big it is.
Yeah, give it.
It looks flat, dog. I'm sorry. It looks.
Look, he even gave a pose. He's posing.
Is Jake giving us?
He's like, draw me like you draw one of your naked ladies.
Did Jake just give us free feet pictures to post on Feet Finder?
I think he did.
Screenshot.
Oh, but
Jake will screenshot his own feet.
Yeah.
you fucks are lucky we're friends. Nobody else would have gotten a freebie.
That's true.
But we will be back.
God, now I gotta watch that.
We will be back with Party Nation on Tuesday. We'll be here on Sunday with Ranger Days. I just confused myself. There's too many streams in 1 week. Jesus.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
Wet from
I forgot to mention. I'll be doing a stream for Dragon Ball Daima on Friday. So.
Oh, sweet.
That's the one benefit. Is like everybody here,
Yeah.
like everybody in the chat has got something to watch from people here one night a week.
Yep, one night a week. Yep. But I think that's all we have for today. But I was about to say today buys, guys.
Also, everyone, just be thankful Lance didn't break his glasses this time.
Yes, actually, bro. Actually, it's Gorilla Glued. It's Gorilla Glued. I'm going to the eye doctor on Saturday. I want. Do you have to set an appointment for America's Best? I don't remember. I think I just walked in the last time.
Who?
I think
America's Best.
Who? That's too niche of a joke.
What, you a fucking owl?
Oh, that. Oh, I was lost. I was lost. But like, seriously, do you just walk in, or you gotta set an appointment?
I think you can just walk in.
I legitimately don't remember.
If they start asking you questions about your politics, just walk the fuck away.
That's true. That's true.
Do not end up like Hassan Parker.
Oh, that's a wild story. Like
I know, right?
That's a whole rabbit.
But yeah, I gotta go see which frames I want. So I'll potentially have glasses in the next couple of weeks.
I got frames for you, big boy.
What?
I mean that works, bro. You know what's dumb? I have to be up tomorrow's my off day, but we have a random mandatory meeting at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm going to work to clock. I'm clocking in for an hour meeting. I make $15 an hour. I'm literally going to make $15 tomorrow. That's it. I'm making $15 tomorrow.
Just put that $15 aside and like put that towards July movie tickets.
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If the money doesn't show, you owe me,
Yep.
my jungle love. Oh. Think I wanna know you.
That's as much of the song as I know.
Yeah, guys. Bye. Is there something on my nose, or is that on my computer?
It's a booger.
It's a.
Well, peace out.
Bye.
Home skillet.
We gotta go.
You should have quit like 5 minutes ago.